Welcome to the Beastlands. Here, the only law is of the jungle, the only call of the wild. But all is not balanced in these happy hunting grounds, and when aberrant scars of the planescape's great conflicts tarnish these lands, only the noble unicorn knights can preserve the natural order. Or at least their recent contractors can give it their best shot. The quarry is clear, the trail warm. It's time to assemble our hunting party.
Hello, and welcome to our little horror hunting D&D campaign, folks. My name is Austin, your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, and just like the head of the Platyrene, the bald head Uokari, our player today is Red.
I wasn't prepared. I thought I was prepared, and then I wasn't prepared even slightly for what that was.
This time we're doing animal ecology facts with strained metaphors to link them between the subject matter and the actual piece of trivia. Anyway, welcome back to Campaign 3, Hunting Party.
Mm-hmm.
Still getting that under my belt. This is Campaign 3, Season 1, Episode 4, the final of the solo sessions, before our get together, our assembly in the next episode, the mid-season finale.
Mm-hmm.
And we're excited to have our final player here, Red.
I got told off by Sophia for referring to all of these as session zeros because it was confusing people.
I would agree with that. I think a session 0 is we typically think of like as the creation less than playing through the origin.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say that you were wrong and deserve to be called out there.
Awesome, thanks.
Speaking of Sophia, I'm sure that she probably has something to say, so I'm going to throw it to her right now.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Austin. And hey, snake fact, did you know that snakes smell with their tongue? Crazy. Anyway, stick around to the mid-roll for a word from our friends at Rolls Untold, and if you want to hang out more with the crew, the cast, and other listeners of the show, consider joining our Discord for fun fan conversations. There's some fan art, super fun. Love popping in there after an episode drops and seeing what all the chatter is about. And if you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon, so consider becoming a patron for access to monthly bonus things like a hangout over on the Discord that we do, as well as extra content from the entire cast. I've drawn up some of Katya's silly thing cards for this month's bonus, so something to stay tuned for if you're interested. Anyway, with that, I'm going to try and learn how to smell through my tongue like a snake, and I will turn the podcast back over to Austin. Have fun.
And that's where Sophia inserted something to say, and I'm sure that she gets the last laugh since she is allowed to record afterwards.
Naturally.
Anyway, now that all of that is out of the way and we've had all of our silly introductions, with no further ado, let's begin Campaign 3,
Yep.
Season 1, Episode 4
Yep.
of Rolling with Difficulty.
Yes.
Hunting Party.
Yes. Good. Amazing. No notes.
Thank you. We're getting there. All right.
First try.
The light is dim. Long fuzzy shadows cast in many directions from the many sources of purple light. The entire room in which you stand is slightly tilted, a result of the grounding of the nautiloid by grandmother not long ago. You stand among the wreckage of the ship and of your party. Red, I'd like you to please describe your character, as well as how she lands the killing blow on the elder brain.
Yes. Let me look up my notes. I actually did the mental math, not even just the mental math, the physical math on how this could work. Trystine is a drow. She has a dusting of silvery scales along her cheekbones and shoulders. And right now she looks extremely disheveled because she's at about 5 hit points remaining. And for the killing blow, she has expended all of her higher level spell slots at this point. She's down to the lower level ones, but she's still pumping out the most damage she can. So she has just dropped a 3rd level cold chromatic orb for exactly 30 damage because of the +5 from her charisma bonus because of her cold affinity. From, I think, literally atop the elder brain. Just like spirit bomb style, blasted straight down onto it.
From atop the shimmering sort of ephemeral light, this ghostly apparition that appears around you. I mean, it's almost Kiana vibes, the astral self, but instead this silver dragon, as you come through the air, almost in slow motion, summon the chromatic orb. This circular, the spherical piece of pure elemental energy summoned from the chaos comes into your hand, and it spikes through multiple different ways for a moment. Flame and lightning, a small ball of pure concentrated sound of thunder before, into that frosty white. You take hold with it and cast it down. The ice streaks through the brain. You watch as a frost, a rime, covers the entire wet surface, freezing it solid, and then there is a crack as the water within it expands too far. The brain splits fully down the middle, not cleanly in the half, but across, and little bits of ice shard begin to grow and crystallize out of it, kind of putting crystals in water and having them grow.
Mm-hmm.
You fall to the side, and there is a final gurgle from the pit, from the sort of well, that the helm pool that this elder brain is sitting in, as the black whipping tentacles go limp to the ground. The brain shudders and then freezes, even as the ice continues to slowly expand from it. And you have won. You cast your eyes around at the scene that surrounds you. Your party, your friends, are all picking themselves up. You see Dahlia crawls on her hands and feet, or rather her hands and knees, finding her loot that was scattered before, now broken and battered on the ground. She brings it into her hands and then has a sudden realization, turns and vomits onto the ground as she recovers from everything she's just been over. Mm-hmm. You see Hakon, I believe it's pronounced Hakon?
I was going with Hakon.
Hakon. Thank you. Hakon. You see Hakon is standing already, but he's leaning against one of the kind of curved membranous walls, trying to slow his breath and steady the shakes in his body. He's still got a dagger in his hand, and you can see the tip of it glinting in the light as it dances back and forth. And then your eyes land on Alexandros, laying twisted and bent on the ground. His breathing is shallow, his skin pale, and his lips blue from the cold. You approach him, and as you do, you see through his shirt sleeve, now shredded and turned to rags, that the skin of his right arm has gone black and withered from frostbite. The flesh is cracked, blood slowly seeping from the shattered skin, the sword still frozen in his grip. And you know immediately and truly, he is dying. What do you do?
I wordlessly, hand on my chest, I cast Fly. I scoop up Alexandros, and I retrace our steps as fast as I possibly can. For thematic purposes, I imagine I have Fly cast on Alexandros so that I'm not lugging him and he's heavy, but he's not moving under his own power. And I'm taking him to grandmother as fast as I possibly can.
You cast Fly. Again, that apparition of a silver dragon appears for a moment, and levitating, begin to leave the room. You see that Hakon, might take me a minute to get that.
It's all good.
Hakon puts a hand to the back of his mouth. He's kind of drooling out of a corner of his mouth. And he sees everything. There's a moment where he's unsure, and then he sees, and he gives no words, just a nod and a quick motion with the arm. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. You hasten back through the passages, curling, spiraling down. Luckily, easily to go down now that long central shaft that you had to get up that has no stairs, as every denizen of the Nautiloid can fly. Mm-hmm. So, there's no staircase here, but with Fly cast, you're able to ascend back down, and as you are trying to find the entrance you got in, you see that a huge hole has been rent in the side. Daylight streams through, and you head out into the crisp air, a light flurry of soft snow falling. You see that there is wreckage all around. You're some pretty far, like, more than a quarter mile, not that far away. Things were, there was definitely an element of danger.
Yeah.
But with grandmother there was never too much of a threat of the ship getting away from the fight. You see that there's a huge trench in the ground dug where the ship crashed before you boarded, and that there are villagers kind of picking through the wreckage, but there does not seem to be any fighting going on. The last fight must have been you and the Elder Brain.
Right.
You see that people all turn to you, and cheers start to go up, even as a shadow casts overhead, and then boom. Even with the gentle grace that she has mastered over many, many years of being a dragon, grandmother is still truly enormous and stirs up, the ship doesn't rock and no trees fall down, but still kind of stirs up a cloud of snow that moves away as her feet land, and you see just an enormous silver dragon that is standing before you, who you know as grandmother. Are there any details about grandmother besides being a silver dragon that Triss would know or want to call out?
Well, she doesn't take her true form very often. The citadel, the ruined citadel that is her home, was designed with humanoids in mind. So she'll often take the form of what appears to be an extremely ancient-looking drow woman in all silvery white when she's meandering around. And on the rare occasions she comes into town, that's her favorite guise as well. But to ground a nautiloid, she, of course, took on her true form again, and so she appears this absolutely titanic creature, silver with sort of like the dusting of gold, very, very pale blue eyes. I think before Trystine even says anything to her, she casts the only healing spell she has, which is Wither and Bloom, and she rips the life essence out of the sphere of grass around them and just pours it into Alexandros to try and mitigate some of the damage she did.
You pull on your magics, Wither and Bloom. Yeah, you watch as all of the grass around you turns brown and then gray and turns to dust as you try to imbue as much healing as you can. You do, and you see that Alexandros, a bit of color rises in his cheeks and he stirs a bit. But he does not regain consciousness, and his arm looks no different, looks completely unchanged.
Right.
You see that grandmother comes in and stoops her long, snaking neck and head, turns to the side so that she can observe you with one good eye on the right side of her head here. And she opens her mouth, but she doesn't do normal lip. Her speaking is way more, for lack of a better word, it's way more magical than that. She opens her mouth so sound may come out, but whatever it is she's doing with her vocal cords to speak the common tongue, she doesn't need to form these silly little shapes that our lips need to do in order to make sound. So, and her voice, while resonant, is much higher than you would expect from a creature this you sort of imagine a deep voice coming from such deep lungs, but instead it is the same voice she has when she is in that drow form, and it's just an older, kind of matronly, lighter woman's voice, and she says, "Oh dear, what has become of the boy?"
I don't know what to do. We have to fix him.
Come, we'll abscond back to my lair.
Yes.
She extends a claw and scoops both of you up very gently.
Right.
Presses you up against her chest here to protect you from the wind best as you can, and two wings up, you sail over the little town where you kind of ostensibly grew up. Does the town have a name, by the way?
I'm sure that it does, but the thing is, the way that grandmother thinks of it, and the way that Trystine has always thought of it, is that it's kind of an extension of her horde. She thinks of it as grandmother's. The town gave grandmother the name that she has, which is Sneskala, which is the name that Trystine has taken as her own surname. So it's kind of like she's the town's, the town is hers. They've been intertwined for longer than anyone who's in the town can, of course, possibly remember. And maybe it used to be an extension of whatever the citadel at the top of the peak used to be before it became grandmother's home. But that's kind of been lost to time and general indifference. Nobody really cares because, grandmother is a very solid watchful guardian over the town, and she's high up enough that most people can't bother her, and she rarely comes down to bother anyone else. So it just kind of works out. Also, nobody can take falling damage in this town. That's an effect of Silver Dragon lairs. It's bonkers.
Yeah, actually that's I love that. It's a great point. So the town is obviously very positive towards Snail, towards grandmother, depending on who what you call her, depending on who you are. Do you think that they would adopt the same attitude? Would it, tell me if you like this idea or not, that the town would be just referred to them as Snail, and maybe just people who come visiting call it Snail, the same thing as the dragon's name, not realizing that they are adding a possessive S to the end of this town name. And so other people may know it as just this town name, but everyone else thinks of it as an extension of the dragon herself, that there's sort of this same thing, and that this thing is under her reach the same way, it's part of her the same way her wings are extending outwards.
Yeah, I think that definitely makes sense. It's one of those things where out-of-towners don't necessarily understand the significance of the name until they see her overhead one day, and they're like, oh, I did think that was a little weird. Yeah.
You go flying through the cold air. I also imagine that this town is, it's a silver dragon's lair, so it's going to be cold and snowy here. Never too oppressively, because you have the benefits of the silver dragon, but that people here have built houses for the warm, that there are sort of like a medieval Norse kind of vibe, where it's, big timbers that make these very sloping roofs to keep the snow off. And the roofs are bundled stick with moss and pressed into them to absorb some of that moisture. You see all of it, as you have 1,000 times before, go whizzing by underneath you, though not as fast as you would hope, as you approach the mountain where the ruined keep makes grandmother's home. She comes to the balcony that would be on that some long time ago, when there were still things like furniture in this place, would have led to royal chambers, presumably, and overlooked a huge swath of the territory here. Now is more of a landing pad, and you approach. She places just her back feet upon it. You hear the groan of the castle from the weight before she brings herself back down into her drow form, and you and Alexandros are gently deposited onto the balcony here. You're still carrying him, holding on to him?
Yeah. Okay. I think that there's a room that has been done up for guests, and it has only been that way since Trystine started adventuring, and very occasionally someone would get badly hurt and they needed to come here for help.
Making exceptions for humanoids is a thing that's happened in the time that since you started living here. And you've needed to sleep in a bed. And
I have my own
ice.
room. This is the guest room.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
but
fancy.
But then you've created this space, and that's obviously grandmother is pretty allowing. So allowed you to do it. She motions, bring him, lay him down, and goes to turns in the room, and you see that there is all manner of excellent. What's the word I'm looking for? Trophies. Not in the literal trophy, but piece of fascinating pieces of arcana and enchantment and scroll and just knowledge and wisdom and trinkets and beautiful things lining the interior of this first room. And she goes and begins to piece through a collection of bottles. You carry him as you can through the corridors to the room, chilly but well furnished, even so, with many curtains and drapes and things hanging from the walls to try to keep some of the chill out for the people who are not grandmother and yourself and don't have natural cold resistance, and ignore this sort of ambient environmental effect. You lay him down, pull covers up best you can to protect him, still wearing his armor, still sword frozen into his hand. You see grandmother comes in. She's holding a bottle that is so circular, you wonder how it stood up on the shelf.
Right.
Like, was it perhaps in some sort of stand, or maybe it's just gently flattened on the bottom, or maybe it's part of the enchantment. That'd be a very silly enchantment to put on a bottle. But
I like it.
Actually never falls over is a pretty good enchantment.
It just
to have
floats
on
very
your...
slightly, like an inch above the
yeah.
rotates. It's like those like magnetic globes.
I was thinking exactly,
Yeah.
like you see on like a desk, someone's a teacher's desk or something like that.
So much
You
work.
see she comes in, she crosses the bed, goes around the bed to the far side, sits down. You see, that an elder, to be an elf and look elderly means to be of many great years, but you can see kind of the wrinkles pulled at the sides there, and the white hair that is ironically turned silver at the temples.
Oh, that's fun.
She says, open his mouth, prop his head, and then you'll need to pinch his nose.
Of course.
You open, she uncorks, pours the potion down. You see that it flows in. It's a little more viscous. It's not like water. It's slightly more like syrup. So it takes a moment to pour all the way in, and then you do as she asked. You close the mouth, pinch the nose, tilt his head back. There is a sputtering cough for a moment, and then he does swallow. And you watch, what happened before the healing from Wither and Bloom is tenfold as you watch things that you didn't realize were wrong with him, like little darkened tips at the edge of the nose and the ears, scratches and like a dark bruise along kind of the exposed collarbone that you hadn't even noticed with all the other things, all begin to fade and go away.
Right.
And his breathing becomes more regular. A beat passes. He does not awaken. His arm does not change in any way. You see grandmother takes him from you and lays him down to rest on the bed. And then she says, it was a potion made by mages long ago, wise sages, to heal bodily injuries. He will survive, there is no doubt. But the damage done to his arm, not reversed by the potion, means that it was no longer salvageable. It is no longer a part of him. The damage done to his mind by the pain, unclear as long as he sleeps. It could be his way of protecting himself from that pain. She kind of moves some of the hair off of his forehead, and you see his face a little more clearly. Peaceful, healthy.
I think Trystine doesn't say anything and just turns and kind of staggers a little bit out of the room because she's still at 5 hit points. And I think there's like a spot at the very, very top of the keep, which like used to be a tower, and the top is fully gone. And it's where she goes to be alone, because I think grandmother can go up there, but she has the muscle memory of a very large, very heavy creature and doesn't tend to stand on unstable perches that couldn't take her full weight. It's just a part of the citadel that nobody else goes to. And Trystine just goes there, flies up with her still active fly spell, and just stares out at the horizon and is clenching her hands so hard that they're bleeding slightly.
Roll 1d6 now.
Slight chance I knock myself unconscious.
Does anyone else know about this place? Has anyone ever come visit, or is this a place that you think is basically only accessible because of your fly, and thus you are truly alone when you're here?
So I think that for several years, Trystine assumed that she was the only person who knew about this place, and then Hakon found her there one time because when they were little, and Hakon hadn't yet gone to the Thieves Guild in the big city, he was just kind of like, he would sort of make a game out of seeing if he could get to the Citadel, and the fact that nobody can take falling damage in this town means that he could fuck up halfway up the cliff and be fine, just embarrassed. So he sort of made a game of it. I think he might have been even one of the first people that she met in this town, just because she found him sneaking around and was like, that is not supposed to happen. So the only person who stands a chance of knowing about this place is their party rogue, Hakon. But I don't think she's expecting to see him right now.
Well, you see that Hakon and Dahlia come running up the mountainside. There's, some time passes, the snow begins to gather in your hair. Just this permanent light dusting that is always falling around here, most times of the year, except in high summer. Mm-hmm. And you see them come running up and scaling the wall, scaling the mountain in the path that they found that is most easy, and eventually through the castle doors and inside. More time passes. Will you continue to wait here, or will you go down and join them?
I think Trystine is in this for the long haul. I think she's in the part like of course, elves don't sleep, they meditate. And I think for her, it's almost easy to slip into this state where she can just sort of stare unblinking at the moving sun slowly sinking across the sky and being like this.
Very good for her eyes, yes.
Yeah. Well, hey, it was a rough adjustment the first year or so she was on the surface, but this high up, with this bright, even a drow gets used to it quick.
Back when Drow had disadvantage on everything in daylight.
Rip. Yeah, pupils the tiniest slits possible. But I think Trystine cannot face anybody right now, and will not put herself in that situation intentionally.
Well, the situation comes to you.
Yeah.
As, for the second time, Hakon scales the tower. To his credit, pretty stealthily. You do hear him as he gets very close, the labored breathing, but it's far more effortless than the first time, and he almost has you for a moment there. As eventually you see Hakon comes over. Would you like to describe Hakon? How you imagine he looks?
Yeah, Hakon is a half elf with sort of tan brown skin and I think black hair sort of coiled into dreads around his face. And he's wearing the sort of dusty black garb of the city thieves guild, but it is currently, of course, a little bit torn up and bloodied because of the fight we were just in. I think very sort of deep brown eyes, and probably not the best expression right now. Not to cold read, but
you see, cold read.
All my reads are cold.
See, he pulls himself up and over, brushes himself, kind of puts his hands on his knees to regain his breath. There's a wobbling in his joints that you see, still that tremor still from the earlier fight. And then he looks up at you and he says, I've been working on my second story work, You're going to have to try harder than that to get away.
Well, I could always just fly.
Yeah, I've always been jealous of that. He sits down on the ground, not directly next to you, but kind of back to some stone not far away.
Yeah.
Try not to look so miserable. The day is saved.
I should have been better. If I'd just been better, none of this had to happen.
Yeah. And then he just kind of lets the hang there in the air for a minute. And then he takes a deep breath and he says, Can't tell you how many times I wish that I'd been a little bit faster, a little bit more clever. Would have saved myself a lot of pain.
It's not my pain that matters.
If it was your pain, it would be manageable. You got a good heart, Tris. I'm sorry it went down the way it did. If I could have done it over again, done something faster, done something more clever myself, you know I would have.
Haken, I'm not sure you understand. It's not your responsibility. It's mine. I'm too powerful to allow myself to be taken like that. I don't have the luxury of making mistakes. If it's not me in control, people get hurt, and I can't fix that. And I don't know how to live with that.
Well, as someone who's dealt in this trade a lot, if you can't figure out how to live with it, there's only one other option. And I don't see that as another option for you. So you better figure out how to live with it.
Well, I suppose the only alternative is to make sure that nothing like this can ever happen here again.
A very bold proclamation. What'd you have in mind?
Oh, it just seems to me like perhaps killing an Elder Brain is something that only gets easier with practice.
Ambition's good. Careful not to tread into delusion.
I'm not too worried about that. I think I know what the problem was this time. I think I know what to do about it.
Wise words spoken by someone in their right mind.
I appreciate what you're trying to do here, Haken, but Alexandros needs you right now. And I think I need to be alone.
You're right. He does need me. You see, he stands up. He says, I'm told he can't keep the arm anymore. And I'm the only one up here with a blade. So, I'll see to it. Triss. Yeah. Everything went to shit today. And it was because of you. But, believe it or not, it would have been much worse if you weren't there. The weight of the world's pretty heavy. Carefully don't let it break your back.
I think Trista nods, but she's not looking directly at him. I think she's still eyes on the horizon.
He waits to see if you'll respond, and when you don't, he goes and gently steps off the side. And kind of feather falls down. And that is where we will end this episode. Thank you for joining me. I'm pretty sure I made that exact joke in a previous episode.
Oh, I'll take your word for it.
But yeah, that's where we're going to end here. And we're going to do a little time jump 8 months later.
Mm-hmm.
8 months later, we flash forward, and we see a still somewhat familiar scene, a snow-washed landscape, tall trees towering, casting long, very defined, pointed shadows on the light layer of frosted over snow that's on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel it's got that kind of like ice layer. It's soft underneath, but it's got that kind of ice layer. As you step, it cracks underneath each foot.
The crunch.
You are not too far from home. less than a day's travel, but neither can you exactly see the town from where you are either. You have moved deeper into the wilderness, and you are currently, as you have been for the last many months, tracking down, making sure that any dregs, any remains of the nautiloid and its assault are taken care of, which began with the laborious process of disassembling and disposing of the entire nautiloid itself.
Right.
A massive feat, and luckily they had an expert spellcaster to help with. But then moved on to other investigations, convinced that there were indeed things left in the wake of this ship that you could find, and there has been, to your credit, you have stumbled across on occasion some of these scrabbling brains with legs, intellect devourers, which die rather quickly and without anyone to guide them are mostly acting like frightened beasts, but you were able to track their little skittering footsteps through the snow pretty easily. Nothing else leaves an impression quite like that.
Right.
And other strange creatures like kind of arcane amalgam, flesh amalgam things that were somewhat within the ship, that I don't know if this would be obvious or not to Tris, but were sort of like byproducts of the things the Mind Flayers have been doing and have been expelled from the ship over time. But it is more recently, and I suppose a question to put to you, Red, depending on how good you think Tris's tracking skills are, that you finally found a strange misshapen footprint that you recognize to belong to a mind flayer. Now, they hardly ever put their feet on the ground. They're psionic and levitate everywhere. And so this was a strange find. And so I guess my question to you is, how good of a tracker is Tris? Is this something that she has just stumbled upon as she's ranged further and further out? Or did she find this maybe days ago and she's been on the hunt trying to sniff it out? What is the scenario that we're dropping in on?
Yeah.
And what does Tris look like compared to before, and kind of her demeanor?
Yes. So tracking skill wise, Tris has a decent survival. It's a +6. I think she could potentially have been tracking this thing's movements through the snow, because the snow makes it very obvious when you're leaving a trail. It's very difficult to move silently through snow, especially anything crusty. So I think she's got a little bit of the home field advantage in that regard. And I think that maybe she's been tracking it for like a day or so, probably not much more than that, but she's absolutely like fervently on the hunt after this thing, because, this has all been waste products and like disorganized minions, but a mind flayer is intelligent, and mind flayers generally work with the guidance of an elder brain, and where there's one, there's probably more than one, especially if it's been around here for months. So I think she's very dogged on that particular trail right now. And affect-wise, first of all, she's fully healed. Obviously, she looks far less kind of bedraggled and worn down. I think she has a cloak on, mostly just for the aesthetic. Arms still bare. She's not cold. It's fine. But it does make it slightly easier to like bundle up if necessary. Like, there's more pockets in there, stuff like that. And she's sort of picking her way forward with this like air of confidence and direction that she did not have when last we saw her, where she was feeling frozen and completely directionless because something had just gone catastrophically wrong. Whereas now she's got a thing that she can focus on, and that has her a little bit more on keel than she was previously.
Fantastic. Okay, you pick your way through the forest past dead branches, ducking underneath them so that you don't disturb them and knock off any of the snow. Go ahead, make me a perception check.
Perception check. Ooh. Okay. I think I gained proficiency in survival, but not perception, which is why the disparity is so great. But that's a 15 on the die, so 17.
Not bad. Okay. 17, you are picking your way through the snow, past the trees, and you begin to kind of head downhill a little bit, going carefully not to slip and tumble down on the ice. You come to the bottom of this hill and follow down what this like kind of little frozen river, little stream that is running underneath, but has a layer of ice on top of it. Following down the trail best as you can imagine, that begins to give way to less soil covered in snow and more rock covered in ice, boulders jutting out and picking your way through them to more and more exposed rock. You realize that you are heading towards a place that you have been to before, which is a nearby entrance to the Underdark.
Yeah.
Which you yourself caved in some time ago.
Mm-hmm. I did.
And as you descend through the kind of hole that's on the top and into this big cavernous area, you see, the work that you had, the way you wrought, the massive cave-in with all these boulders, pebbles scattered around. It's sheltered so that there isn't snow falling here, but there's still kind of ice gathered on a lot of the surfaces. And as you come down through the rock, you see that there is a smear of purplish blood kind of spread on some of the ice that's down here. You approach, get closer, and you see that there is a smear of blood. Go ahead and make me a survival check on this one, or medicine.
Ooh, medicine.
Your preference, but I'm pretty
survival
pretty sure
is going to be, medicine
your
not my
survival's much
strong
higher,
suit.
yeah.
Yes. Let's see what I got.
No one who's ever had the option between survival and medicine took medicine.
That's true, but that is only a 12 total.
Only a 12?
Yes.
It definitely reminds you of the Mind Flayer blood, which the... maybe trauma is the right word. The intensity of that day seared so strongly in your mind, that memory.
Yeah.
You see it spread across the ice, and as you kind of bring your head up to look around, casting around, you see a shadow move off your left, high up, and as you look up, your perception check beats the stealth on this creature. As you look up, you see not a mind flare, but a large. How best to describe it? A large sort of gorilla-like, gray-skinned monstrosity. It has long, shaggy white, like a big shaggy white mane swept back on its head and shoulders. It also has 4 arms, each tipped with razor-sharp claws and glowing bright red eyes. You see this creature crawling down the wall, almost like a Spider-Man style, coming down at you. It opens it's got almost like wolf-like long muzzle, and you see it opens and you see rows of sharp teeth within there. You and the Dragoloth are neither is surprised and neither was hidden, which means that we are going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, heck yeah.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and place yourself somewhere near this
Yes.
strange color. I didn't point out before, but the water that's here is actually flowing out from the Underdark. You can see it trickling through, and it has a greenish hue to it.
Nasty. Sorry, which side
So
am
go
I
ahead and
putting
place
myself
yourself-
in on?
Anywhere surrounding this sort of greenish pool here.
Sure thing. Cool.
And then initiative, I said.
Okay. Okay. I'll just put that 19 in the chat for posterity.
All right, fantastic. So you're coming in with a 19. All right. You see this Dragoloth coming down, spittle dripping from the fangs as it eyes you up. Trystine, you have the initiative. What would you like to do?
Yeah. Well, given that I can see it already. I think I'm just gonna fire off my little opening volley and hit it with a lightning bolt.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, why not? May as well. Fortunately, I don't need to roll to attack. It's just in the line that it is in. Each creature in the line makes a dexterity saving throw, DC 17, taking 8d6 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. I'm just casting it at the 3rd level right now.
Yep, just a 9 on the save, so that's going to fail.
Great. Let me just, it's not fantastic. Actually, that's so not fantastic that I'm going to empower this. So let me just spend a sorcery point or 2. Where the hell are these? Hold on. Okay, 1 sorcery point to re-roll up to 5 damage dice. Okay, yeah, I'll take that.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. 1 sorcery point. I will re-roll this 2, and this 2, and maybe these 3 3s. Slightly better, but not by much. I'll just do the addition, whatever. 22. That's fine.
Okay, 22 points of lightning damage.
Yes.
You summon up an element not quite native to you, but you are a sorcerer that comes from within naturally, and expel lightning bolt. This creature is not very agile, despite its many arms. It seems a bit more of a bruiser than a dex build, and was not able to dodge. Takes full damage. Hisses as a burning scar goes through its body, and you see an entry on the front left shoulder of the upper arm, not the lower arm, and out the back there, and the rock scarred from it. And yeah, do you have anything else you'd like to do?
Let me just see. I don't think I have a tremendous number of bonus actions. I do, but they're all leveled spells. How unfortunate. Ooh, just kidding. I have a thing called innate sorcery that I can do as a bonus action.
I believe it lets you get spells back using your sorcery points.
No, that's a thing I can do aside from innate sorcery.
Oh, never mind. I've never played the new sorcerer, so
yes.
Is this your like sorcerer aura? Like you get to be.
As a bonus action, you can unleash that magic for 1 minute. Gain the following benefits: the spell save DC of your sorcerer spells increases by 1. You have advantage on the attack rolls of sorcerer spells you cast. And this lasts for 1 minute, so 10 rounds. So I'll just fire that off now. Ta-da!
All right, well, what does that look? This is you take this locked away power within you, and for 1 minute, it opens up, it shines through. What does this look like when you use your sorceress power like this?
I think it just sort of makes her look slightly more shimmery and scaly than she currently is. And for flavor, let's say that her eyes, which normally look mostly like, humanoid eyes, very pale blue with like a slit pupil, now are like solid pale blue with like a glowing white slit pupil instead. So they look a lot more like grandmother's eyes when she's in her true form. That's for the artists back home.
All right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That bit of dragon you unleash, and then if you end your turn, it's going to be the Dragoloth's turn.
Perfect.
It's going to drop down, taking no falling damage.
Okay.
It would have been like 2 damage anyway. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, so close. But I'm betting this thing has a 10-foot reach, right?
It actually does not. It
Really?
has many attacks. They all have a reach of 5 foot. So instead, it will use Agony Wail. You see its jaw opens and then distends, and it lets out the shriek of 1,000 people. Please make a Wisdom saving throw.
A Wisdom saving throw, you say? Can do. Okay.
That's a lot of dice.
Let's see. I have +1 on this. Oh, that's already accounted for. Cool. That is a 14 on the die, so 17.
17 will save.
Yay!
So you're going to take it's 38 half to 19 points of psychic damage.
Whoa, Nelly. That's not an
As
element
this
I
thing
can
shrieks.
absorb, I think, so...
Nope. This is also, I will say, this is not a thing you can do like every round.
Right, I figured. That would be a little bit bonkers in the game balance department.
It shrieks, and yeah, you hear it cuts right through you, even through this draconic emboldening that you have. Or rather, I guess it doesn't cut right through you because you seal yourself. So your draconic emboldening prevents you from taking the full 38 psychic damage at this thing scream. Yeah, that is the big action. It don't got nothing else it can do when it does that stuff. So that is the end of its turn, and it's going to bring us to you again. Hey, it's me again.
Fascinating. All right. There is something slightly frustrating. No, let's just be smart about this. It's not about dealing max damage every round. It's about not getting hit. I'm going to cast Fly on myself. And then I'm going to move up. This is 30 feet. So I'm still roughly there, but 30 feet up. And... Man, I really don't have that many bonus actions I can use. That's unfortunate, which is fine. I mean, action economy feels a little bit different when you're, full caster. Let's see. Could I instead do some kind of bonus action to, scan the area and see if there's, any, other bad guys that I might have missed?
I believe using an ability check is still a dumbass action.
Boo. In that case, hold on a minute. Let me check, because if I could have potentially quicken spell cast Fly as a bonus action, and then I would have my action to scan the perimeter. Yes, that's 2 sorcery points to quicken the spell.
Yeah, of which you got 1,000,000 of
I
them.
got so many.
What are you saving them for?
Why do I even have sorcery points if not to use them to bend magic to my whims? Okay, so bonus action fly and then 30 feet up and then scan the perimeter.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make an active perception check.
Active perception check. That's not with any sort of advantage or anything. Oh, I miss being Kiana. Okay, that's a 14.
Yes, this is technically a search action. Make a perception check. Sorry, you said 13?
14.
14.
Slightly better.
Actually,
Oh?
you do spy something. As you fly up and get a bird's eye view, you see this Dragoloth entirely intently staring at you.
Mm-hmm.
You also spy a figure creeping along the back wall over here, moving between the boulders. You see a rogue.
Oh my god.
With the name of Haken. Crouching down. You haven't seen Haken in some time. He has gone back to, while you've been out doing your solo adventuring, he has gone back to the, quote, big city, back to his Thieves Guild, where was spending a lot of his time anyway. It's not like...
Right.
It's not necessarily like the band broke up.
No.
He was there all the time, and now he's never here. It's more like he was there 80% of the time, and now he's there like 95% of the time, you know?
Right, yeah.
But you see him picking through, trying to keep on the down low. Unfortunately, he also rolled so he rolled a total of 10 on his stealth check, which means that not only do you see him, but the Dragoloth also sees him. So,
oh boy.
As you come along, you hear a slip and scrabble as he catches himself on a patch of ice here, and the Dragoloth turns its head. Okay, does that end your turn?
That ends my turn.
Okay, he gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Oh no.
Actually, he'll go right there. And the boy is going to go...
No.
Let's do a quick thing. How many hit points and what is the AC on him? All right. Haken has 16 hit points.
No.
Oh, sorry, no, 16 hit points. He has 16 AC. My mistake. My mistake.
Like,
he has 16
he
AC.
should be level 11 like me. What are you doing?
He has 84 hit points. I imagine I use a similar rule. He's not technically a retainer stat block, but something I really like from Stronghold's Followers, Kingdoms of Warfare, the MCDM supplementals. They give you rules for making companion. I just literally just said what it was called. Now I've forgotten. They give you retainers. They give you rules for making the person who follows you around, and it gives you a streamlined stat block of fewer things to do.
Right.
But it also assumes that they are power level 2 less than the heroes. So you could think of him as equivalent level 9.
Gotcha. That's still better than 16 hit points, so I'll take it.
Yes, I misspoke.
It's all good.
He's also coming in at a 1. I rolled a natural 1 on his initiative.
Woof.
That was part of the oh shit, as I rolled really badly on both of those dice.
Oh,
okay,
no.
Okay, 2 slam attacks and then a many maw attack.
No.
All right. So first one to see if it hits. That is definitely going to hit. He's going to take some amount of damage and then be restrained.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take 11 plus that's 16 damage, and he's restrained.
Mm-hmm.
Which means these next 2 attacks are going to be at advantage.
No.
Then we've got another claw. Natural 19.
No.
Much lower on the damage. Only 9 on this one.
Okay. Cool.
Brings him to 59 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
And then the many maws. 3d10. Jesus Christ. Natural
Sorry,
18, that's going to hit.
Wait. That was a natural 18 on the last attack?
Yep.
I'm going to use my reaction to cast Silvery Barbs.
Okay.
Range
so one
60
more roll.
feet.
One more roll. Yep. Well, you're within 30, remember, because you're 30 feet up, and then he's fewer than 30 feet away from you.
So
we
I'm
just
in
use the
range.
shorter.
It's just
you're well within range.
Yeah.
Cool. So this guy's gonna re-roll. That is a natural 2 for a total of 10 on the maw. What does silvery barbs look like when it comes out of this silvery dragon?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think it looks like my eyes flash painfully bright for a second, and it's like it's not mechanically it's not actually a point of psychic damage, but it's like the equivalent of like slap. Hey, none of that shit. If looks could kill.
Yeah. All right, he is going to attack. That is going to end the Dragoloth's turn. You see it flashes and he lets out a long hiss at you. And Haken is going to use the opportunity to attack back.
Yay.
He's restrained, so these are all at disadvantage, but he does get to make lots of little short sword attacks. He is basically, it's bigger than a dagger, but still like very thin and long. And he's going to attack 3 times.
Nice.
You hear he gives out a choked friend of yours, and then he's going to roll. A natural 3 is not going to hit.
Hey, no. Silvery Barbs doesn't. Wait, does that let me give advantage or does
it gives advantage? Yeah, you want to give advantage on the first hit?
I would give advantage to Hakon. I already have advantage on my.
I will. The second attack, I'm going to say I already rolled. It was at disadvantage. It missed, but I will re-roll that first attack. It is not yet a miss, and I'm going to roll 1 die straight.
Cool.
That will hit. That will definitely hit. So that's going to be. Does this guy resist? This one actually doesn't. It's a little bit of piercing, a little bit of poison, a little less conversation, and a little more action. That is 10 points of damage to the Dragoloth.
Nice.
The second attack missed, and now third at disadvantage is going to be natural 2. Yeah, it's just too difficult for him with the extra arms. He gets in one good blow with the short sword from your silvery barbs, the distraction of the Dragoloth, but then it comes in and it grabs with one of its lower arms. It's holding him by like the shoulders, and with one of its lower arms it grabs and twists his hand back. He doesn't drop the dagger, the short sword, but still just too hard for him to maneuver.
Right.
Okay, that is going to end his turn. He's got no motions to make, so since he is restrained, he's got no speed. So that's going to bring us to you, Trystine.
Yes. Let me just check one thing. I think
you're in a nice line with him and Haken if you want to lightning bolt again.
Yeah, sure. That's totally what I would want to do. Let's see.
Yeah, if you're feeling like lightning bolting, just feel, Remember, he's got evasion, so
if
he succeeds, he takes no damage.
Okay, so I think what I can do here, I'm just looking at how Quickened Spell works. Never mind. Oh, this is so annoying. It truly makes it so that you cannot do a cantrip at a leveled spell in the same round unless the cantrip is already a bonus action.
No. It's you cast the Quicken spell with a bonus action, and then you cast a cantrip.
Okay. Thank you.
If I'm remembering correctly.
No, you're right.
I can bring up the player's
handbook. Hold on. So the way it is you can't modify a spell in this way if you already cast a level 1+ spell in the current turn, nor can you cast a level 1+ spell in your current turn after modifying a spell in this way. But you can quicken a level 1 spell and then cast a cantrip. You're right. There's nothing saying that. So what I'm going to do...
We're going to have to look up in the future. I don't want to quibble about it right now. In the future, we're going to have to look up because there is such a thing as magic actions now.
Right.
Actually, you know what? Let's quibble. Let's look it up because I just had it up. So it'll take me 2 seconds to check.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say for right now that we are still good. So go ahead and do your nonsense.
Great. Then I'm going to real quick spend my my sorcery points. It's cool. And then I'm going to Quickened Spell Vortex Warp Haken. And I'm going to take him from where he is right now to hold on, I'm trying to ping on the map and it's not cooperating. Hold on.
Oh, I see exactly what you mean. Well, I can't move him there, but there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Way overshot.
Interesting, I guess. You could see that, even though I couldn't. But yes, he could make a con save, but he can choose to fail.
It's you and me. We're like this, you know?
Yeah. It's the real psychic connection. And then I am going to, as a cantrip, for an action, I am going to cast Sorcerous Burst at the what's his nuts, the thing. So this deals 3d8 cold damage because I get to just choose whatever element it does. And it's +5 because I get an affinity for doing cold damage. So it's going to be 3d8 +5.
Fantastic. And this is an attack roll?
This,
Or a save?
Yes, actually. You're right. Sorry. Ranged spell attack against the target. So I'm rolling this at advantage because of the sorceress, etc.
Yeah.
So my spell attack is a +9. I've never had to do this before. How exciting. Okay, yeah, that does a 26 hit.
Yes, it will. All right. What's the damage?
Okay. I'm going to... No, there's no point in that. I could empower it and then potentially roll an 8 and then roll an extra d8 because that's a thing that this can do, but I'm not going to do that because it's not worth it. And I only have...
it explodes
It
like
explodes, yeah. It and chromatic whatever the orb thing. Yeah, chromatic orb. They both have the
chromatic
D8.
also absorbs. Yeah,
They both have the d8 explode
also
mechanic,
explodes, yeah.
which is cool, but it's not worth it. It's only 3d8. So that's 13 plus 5, so 17 cold damage. Sorry, 18 cold damage. I know how to do math.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
No resistance here. As you cast that, its eyes are going to flash red just as yours flashed silver. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Now that you're within 30 feet of it.
Oh no, but I'm 30 feet up. Oh wait, Pythagorean theorem doesn't apply. That is a 14.
14 will fail. You will take the same amount of damage back, but it is psychic.
Oof.
So 18 psychic.
I'm gonna wait. Hold on. Sorry, just going through my options. Correct. Yes, psychic is not one of the options.
And then a
for that.
concentration check on your fly, please.
Yes, will do.
You're good at these, though. You're a sorcerer. In fact, it might be impossible for you to fail because you need to hit a 10. And what's your bonus to?
+9.
+9. So yeah, a natural 1 on a saving throw is not technically an auto failure. I think it's only on an attack roll. So yeah, I think it's actually impossible for you to fail this.
Well, I appreciate that. I rolled a 19. I didn't even need
There
to.
you go. Okay.
That's so unnecessary.
Yeah, not a doubt in your mind that you are going to handle this. Fantastic. Does that end your turn?
Yeah. Action, bonus action, and I'm just gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah, the Dragoloth is going to see that you didn't fall and see that the other guy is free.
I don't suppose I could have
is...
teleported Hakon in a position where he could immediately hide or something amongst the boulders.
He can. No, yeah. He can just hop down and hide. No issue whatsoever.
Cool.
It is the Dragoloth's turn first, though.
Yes.
He's just going to try to get away. 5, 10.
What?
15,
No.
20, 25, 30,
Rude.
35, 40. And then he's going to dash 5, 10, 15, 20. Can he get through? I'm gonna make a check for him to see if he can get through the rocks. We're gonna call this a DC 15 athletics to get through. Here we go. He rolls with a +5 to this, so it's a completely even flip. Roll 1d20 +5. Here we go. I'll roll in front of the table here.
Haha.
That's only a 12.
I didn't even need to use silvery barbs.
That's his action to dash. So he is stuck there, which is going to bring us to Haken, who's going to drop down. He's going to hide.
Mm-hmm.
That's cocked. Hold on. It's not very good, but it is much better than before. What's your passive perception, by the way?
My passive perception is 12.
12. 6 plus 7 is 13, so he actually does beat both of your passive perceptions.
Cool, I have no idea where he is.
And then he's going to attack with his short bow at advantage because
the Skyrim stealth archer
he's got 80 feet. He's good. First attack is definitely a hit, and then we'll roll the next two just so I can streamline this a little bit. He rolls with a +7, so that's going to be the lowest is a 17, which is exactly the AC. 3 hits. So we'll do, it's not too much damage, but we will do all of it at once. That is 5 plus 9, so 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 7 is 16, plus, that's a little bit better, plus 11 is 27. Mathematician, I did all that correctly, right?
I think so. I wasn't paying the most attention to the numbers.
You're good. All right. Cool. And actually, he should have moved all the way to the top. But that's fine. He's still well within range.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay. And then that's going to end his turn. So here's what's going to happen. On his turn, if he gets an action, I'm going to say that an action is enough for him to clear space to get back into the Underdark through this cave-in. So you have one turn to deal X amount of damage. I'll write it down for dramatic purposes.
Okay. Let's see. How many of those spell slots do I have? Only 2. Well, but I do want to do a lot of damage. Sure. Okay.
Or you could let him go, right? Combat could end right here and you let him go.
Yeah, sure. That's a thing that I could do. I'm just, doing the mental math, which of these is slightly numerically better, but I think we're good to go. Okay, yeah, whatever. I'm going to... I'm gonna chromatic orb him at the... No. I'm going to lightning bolt him again, but I'm going to transmute it to be cold.
Okay. Here
So
we go.
that's-
Dexterity saving throw coming on in.
Yes.
He's very bad at these. That's a natural 5. He's going to
Cool.
fail.
Okay, so I'm just going to cast that at the 5th level and roll my 10d6 of cold damage. Oh, and spend my single sorcery point to transmute it real quick. Oh, that's way better. There's multiple
Can
sixes
you
in
do it,
there.
ladies and gentlemen?
Well, hold on. I might... I'll also spend a spell slot, Jesus, a sorcery point to empower it so I can reroll a few of these ones. Can't hurt. What are sorcery points even for? 1, 2, 3. Okay. And
You get more of them by burning spell slots. Come on.
You're so right. There was another 6 in there. That was so worth it.
Basically
Okay.
an unlimited resource.
Basically, yeah. 30, 36, 42, plus 5 because of my elemental affinity. 47. Cold damage.
47?
Yes.
Oh, you sons of bitches. You guys are just too far away for his sheer agony to work.
Haha. 42 plus 5, 47. Yep.
All right. 47. Red, finish him.
Yeah. I think it... Okay, so in the Thor movie when the Bifrost is overloading and the lightning bolt sort of crackles up out of it and freezes, and it looks like Yggdrasil. I think that's what this looks
Hell
like.
yeah.
So it's like a lot, and it starts off as lightning, and then it freezes in midair and like lances through him.
I think that sounds rad as fucking hell. Yeah, you watch as right through the chest, this creature begins to bleed black ichor and drops to the ground. Boom, boom, hitting the rocks as it goes, and as it hits the final, something in the integrity of this demon gives out, and it just becomes a puddle of bubbling black goo.
Oh, disgusting.
As you kill it and send it back to the abyss.
Yuck.
You say Haken comes strolling out over to you. Nice.
I'll land, yeah.
Well, looks like you got your revenge on this thing for beating you to your prize. He has a pretty good investigation. You see he goes over and kind of breaks the ice that you're standing on a little bit, and reaches into the cold water and pulls out a torn to shreds mind flayer corpse.
Oh.
Holds up the sort of bulbous, flattened head, without when it's not, they don't have bones, so when they're not alive, they can't maintain pressure in the sacs in their body that gives their form like rigid structure. So it's really like a deflated. This is such a specific reference, but what else do I do? In Hercules when he has the scar pelt on, and he's just kind of like they pick it up and they just kind of move it around.
It's all
like that.
floppy?
It's like its only skin with nothing on the inside for structure. It's all floppy. Yeah.
Wow.
And you see he kind of picks it up and shakes its head at you kind of vigorously.
Well, that's almost disappointing if I'm being completely honest.
Because it wasn't a good enough fight, or because you didn't get to kill both of them?
I was hoping I'd found where they'd hold up, where the nest was, but this was just one of them, and if they had any defenses, then that thing wouldn't have gotten in here. I guess it was just a straggler after all.
I think you're seeing conspiracies where there are none, Triss.
These things are too well organized and too intelligent for this to be all there is.
Well, if you're looking for a bigger problem to solve, I have good news. What, you think I'm here for a social visit?
I did entertain the possibility.
Got too many irons in the fire to be dealing with that right now. No. A couple days ago, there was an attack in the city. Creature. Enormous. Must be 50, 60 feet long. Easy. A serpent that burrows through the ground.
Interesting.
Attacked the city. And then started heading off in a very specific direction.
And I assume that direction is here?
He gives a slight nod.
Fantastic. Shall we head it off at the pass?
if we can beat it. What have you got in you for that?
I think I can lay out a few more good hits before I'm done for the day.
Great. You guys turn to go, and then you like kind of turn to walk, and he stops you, and he says, Triss, this is serious. It swallowed houses.
I'm always
Few
serious.
good hits. Yeah. I expect nothing less. All right. You'll lead, I'll follow.
Oh, I'll lead. All right. Then I'll just fly up and out like the way I came in, which is an annoying route to climb.
What the shit? He takes up. He was like really expecting you to like cast fly on him or something too. He starts to scrambling up.
Not as easy as buildings, I take it.
You son of a bitch. And he scrambles up and starts to dash through, his long black cloak kind of billowing behind him.
Yeah.
So, you are flying currently. Haken could just run. So, do you have anything else that you are going to... do you have anything else you could do, or are you guys just sprinting through the streets?
Let's see. Well, fly lasts up to 10 minutes. So if we're going to be doing that for longer, I'm not going to be running the whole time, or flying the whole time. Let's see. I don't... This is an interesting feature of the sorcerer. I have almost no healing abilities except for Wither and Bloom, which is... Okay.
Well, out of curiosity, how many hit points do you have left?
I am at 66 out of 103, because I took a couple hits at full force that I could not do anything about, which is fine.
Haken is similarly at 59.
Right.
So, I guess the question is, are you guys going to stop and take a short rest? I'm going to leave that to you, Triss.
Well, that would kind of be up to how fast Haken said it was moving, and which direction we need to be watching it out for it, because, like, I think Triss's move would be to sort of, like, extrapolate from, like, okay, it was at the city, it's coming straight here, so plant ourselves where it's going to be coming from, and then keep an eye out for, like, disturbances in the ground. But if that gives us enough time for a short rest, then I think we would want to take one, but it's kind of up to you if that's a thing that works.
Well, why don't you ask Haken?
Yes, all right, how much time
Hold on,
do
let me get him on the phone.
Oh, yeah, let's ring him up.
Yeah.
How much time do you think we have before this thing gets here?
Hard to say. It moves under the ground. Really difficult to gauge exactly how fast it is, or if it's even heading in a straight line. Do mountains slow it down? They're rock, not dirt. Hard to say. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Investigation?
For me, really quick.
Sure, yeah, I can...
This is kind of like a deduction check.
Okay. How about a 6?
Yeah, you have no special insight on timing here, so it's going to be a sort of a crapshoot here.
Okay.
So it's your own gauge against how important is it to be there quickly versus how important is it to heal, to be as ready for this fight as possible. And I'm sure that the heroic impulse is to dive right in.
Right.
But weigh each of them carefully,
Yeah. I think what I would do, or what Trystine would do, would be before the fly spell expires, basically just fly like straight up until like she can see the city on the horizon. Which
okay, fair enough.
Because if it's curvature of the Earth is calculate whatever. There's ways to calculate this in real life. But
Bierturil's flat, so
great. So you can see forever, no matter how high up you are.
Air gets in the way. Eventually, there's also like mountains and shit. But you can see the town. You can see Snaskala.
Well, yeah, Snaskala,
for lack of a better name.
And then like the city, if I can get high enough to see the big city, and I would know that from like living on top of the mountain. But
yeah, I think. Well, I'll ask you how close do you imagine the city is? Because I imagined it was a few days travel. Like it wasn't. It's not like you guys are a suburb of the city,
right?
But more that you guys are close trading partners because it's only a couple days by horse.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
park
was
there.
thinking. But like, if it's in the vicinity of like 30 to 40 miles away or something like that, you don't need to be too high off the ground to be able to just curvature of the Earth, atmosphere perspective. I'm applying physics where physics doesn't apply. But I think probably from the top of the Citadel on a clear day, I'd be able to see it as like a little like, you know, kind of a weird textured part of a valley between two mountains.
Sure.
That kind of thing is like, you know.
You can kind of get a sense of where it is. Fair
Right.
enough. Flying up, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay. It's 7. Bah.
7.
Humbug.
Yeah. No special insight. You can't see this thing burrowing through the earth or anything. You just have a sense of how far away you are, and
yeah. Well, I at least know the direction it would be coming from, which is good. Yeah, okay, let's see. Well, when skills have failed, let's see if spells can help out. It's almost like I mostly spec'd into things that do damage instead of utility spells. That's fine and good and cool.
Hey, there's no such thing as winning D&D, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Don't pressure yourself to be able to solve every problem. You are but one person.
Yeah.
And that's the point of a one-shot, to learn how you gotta be, we come together to make up for each other's, lacks and weaknesses.
Whoa, teamwork.
I don't know why I said that into my hand like that. That was very silly.
The power of friendship. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, cool. There's basically nothing I can do to anticipate this thing. I think because of where Trystine is at, she would not want to risk this thing getting anywhere close to the town. So what she would want to do is post up, like maybe within eyeshot of the town, but far enough away that something that can swallow houses would need to take a minute to get there. Basically between the town and the city, in the straight line path, because that's how Hakan described it moving, and then just post up. And then I guess if that leaves enough time for short rests are an hour or 10 minutes, I can't remember.
An hour.
Right. Well, at that point it would be DM's call if we're waiting for an hour, or if we're waiting for less time than that. But that would be where I would post up.
So committing to a plan of action before, you learn any of the benefits.
Yeah.
So you are going to try to move to the space between the city and city and town, so that you're directly in that line of that path.
I want the worm to have to deal with me before it reaches the town.
You come tearing out of the forest, so no short rest taken in the forest. You come tearing out of the forest, Hakan at your side.
Yep.
The fly spell having left, but your legs carrying you, it feels almost as fast as you tear through across snow-covered grass. You see the walls of your little town, the sleepy roofs and the chimneys with, bits of smoke curling through to heat the interiors. And then you come skidding to a stop in the exact spot you know would be the most direct line.
Yeah.
Hakan, kind of stumbling, catches up behind you.
Okay.
He just kind of looks and goes,
right.
So we're waiting?
Unless you have a better idea.
I have lots of ideas. I would hesitate to say if they're better.
Do you think we should try and evacuate the town?
You feel a tremor beneath your feet. And he says, I don't think there's going to be time for that.
All right.
You see on the horizon trees trees begin to fall down, and you feel now little rocks, impact tremor, rocks around you begin to dance and scuttle on the ground, moving around from the vibrations. You feel it in your feet, in your knees, traveling up, almost chattering your teeth, and you see this mound of earth being pushed up by something truly enormous, like a wave under the ground, being pushed up, and it barrels towards you. You can see it from, half a mile away.
Yeah.
A quarter mile away. 100 yards away. And as it begins to approach spellcasting and you start to reach into that deep pit of magic, you see it veer off to the right. And it begins to head towards not the town, but the mountain and the fortress that is the lair of Grandmother.
Oh, shoot.
And that is where we're going to go take our break.
I mean, I am less worried about Grandmother's odds fighting a giant worm than I am the town. But, oh no!
All right.
Okay.
We're going to go to break, and we're going to catch you all back here in just a minute.
Okay.
Rolling with difficulty.
Do you miss our guest Olivia as much as the detectives of Open and Shut do? Well, good news! There's more Olivia, and then some, over on Rolls Untold. Rolls Untold is an actual play with riveting, character-driven storytelling, as well as a couple new projects you just have to check out. They recently launched a Discord server where role-playing games, bold storytelling, rich characters, and dice collide. Whether you've been diving into their adventures, want to meet the cast of Rolls Untold, attend special events, or just hang out with fellow fans, their Discord is the place for you. Plus, zines! Rolls Untold just released their first zine, Sith Haven Squadron, exploring a unique realm. Sith Haven is a nexus point between universes, serving as a proxy between life and death. When someone dies with debt to pay, Sith Haven recruits them to join an elite task force known as the Sith Haven Squadron. These squadrons serve to combat threats too powerful for mortals to handle, but be careful. Success is not guaranteed, and death in the afterlife is final. Check out their zine for more on the complex workings of Sith Haven, and stay tuned for the soon-coming release of their Sith Haven actual play. Rolls Untold is available direct from their YouTube channel, and of course you can check out the link in the description for all the Rolls Untold you could ever want. So what are you waiting for, Berks? Check out Rolls Untold today.
Rolling with difficulty. And welcome back. When last we left our heroes, the burrowing serpent, or as it has been nicknamed by the city where Hagen left, Grogander.
Oh, that's cool. It's got a name.
Grogander has veered away from the town and now begins to ascend into the mountain towards the lair of Grandmother Sneskala. You see it begin to turn, and this is normally where I'd ask, what do you do? But I imagine you give chase.
I give chase, yeah, for sure. In fact, this does seem like a good opportunity to cast... hold on. What level do I have to cast Fly at to apply it to multiple people? Because I'm not going to leave Hakon on the ground this time.
I don't think it applies to more people if you upcast. I think you'd need to twin spell it. But
no, you can target one additional creature for each spell slot level of 3. If I cast it at 4th, we both get it. Actually...
Okay.
No. Hold on. I have a far more efficient thing that I can do. Because I did look this up.
Okay.
More efficient. It is higher level. But I am expecting we are about to fight a giant worm. So instead of fly, I'm going to cast Summon Dragon, which will call forth a large dragon spirit. And it's large with strength 19. It should be able to carry the both of us.
I would say yes, it can.
Yes.
Fantastic. What does this... This is a once per day ability you have, right?
This is technically a 5th level spell, which I am ostensibly capable of casting as many times as I have 5th level spells, but it is concentration. So... And I get this for being a dragon-blooded sorcerer, so I didn't pick this on my spell list. It just happened. But... Understood. Yeah.
Maybe it's a higher level ability. I thought that you had an ability to cast it for free once a day. Perhaps that's
I think I get that at like level 17 or some nonsense. But yes, the thing is, this is slightly more efficient than casting Fly on the both of us. And the response to potentially dropping it would be the same, which is quick reaction Featherfall. But yes, I will cast this bad boy.
What do you need Featherfall for?
You know, I completely forgot about that. This is the town where Featherfall is just on everybody. Okay.
You're right. Dragon Companion.
Yep.
You can cast it once per day for free. My mistake. I thought it was a lower level thing.
Nope, we're good. Yeah. So, a large spectral silvery dragon. Kind of looks like, I guess, like what an adolescent version of grandmother would have looked like. Since large dragon is young, basically.
Teen grandmother. Yeah.
Teen grandmother. Hip, cool teen
It
grandmother.
shimmers, and you can tell it's not of corporeal stuff. You can kind of see through it.
Yep.
But it appears in front of you, and then wings unfurl. It's going to scoop you and Haken up.
Yep.
He goes, "Oh, I hate this." And the fly speed is roughly matched by the speed of the snake, the serpent. So you go flying after, keeping good pace with it. You see it begins to ascend up the mountain as the dragon itself, the dragon spirit, also begins to ascend. And you watch as icicles that hang from the various eaves and overhangs of the castle shake and fall off, hitting the ground, shattering, as some bricks even start to come loose. And you watch as the stairway that starts to lead up to it kind of cracks. You come down low. The dragon folds its wings and swoops in. Becomes a little narrow for it to be flying through. And you hear a tremendous crash up ahead. There's a moment the dragon spirit places you down, and dragon spirit, Triss, and Haken all run through this sort of like cavernous area that is it's ice walls that have formed on ice walls over time. Like, there is the structure of the castle, but her lair, grandmother's lair, is larger than just that.
Right.
As she has been here, layers of ice have accumulated, and there is created cavernous areas. And you're running through one of these additional cavernous areas, which would have originally been something like a courtyard before the castle or fortress itself. And as you come through, you see that there is cracked stone everywhere. You see piles. This is also a treasure room. This is part of the hoard,
right,
where much of grandmother's treasure is kept. So more precious things kept closer, but paltry things like, gold and gems and shit like that kept down here in the foyer. And you see that there is, like, all over the room, there are hissing piles of liquid, like basically acid, all over, seeping in, melting ice easily, and then eating into stone and leaving kind of a honeycombed. It's not necessarily like a hazard in the environment, but it is around, splattered on walls. You can hear it hissing, smoking, steaming, and you see that there are a couple things going on in this room.
Yes.
The first is that there is all that acid. The second is you see there are many creatures which must not be the serpent. They are much smaller. They are still huge. They're like man-sized.
Right.
But you see that there's a couple, they look like worms. They're long worms, kind of scaly. But they have hooked appendages. They have basically hooked, like, praying mantis like arms.
Nasty.
And there is one that is flying. It looks almost this like it looks like a fly, like this big insect. It has that same kind of like scaled to it, but it's got these wings that are like dotted with holes and is fluttering, buzzing around.
Gross.
And the last thing you see is that there is a man standing, holding a sword one-handed.
Oh my god!
As his right arm is completely covered over, pulled sleeve pinned up on the side, wearing furs. Just a simple breastplate, no shield in hand as he cannot wield it. You see Alexandros. And we are going to go ahead and move to this combat. So go ahead, place yourself down at the bottom.
Yep, I'm on it.
Down at the bottom there. He's standing kind of at the entrance here, marked by the little fighter icon. And then there you have the Myiasis, which is flying 30 feet in the air.
Gross.
Okay, let's go ahead and drag Haken. Get Haken over here.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 16 AC and 59 hit points. What could go wrong?
How
what
dare
could
you,
go
sir?
wrong?
How dare you? Okay.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll me some initiative. I'm gonna roll the baddies first and then the goodies.
Okay. So just initiative for me, and the dragon spirit goes on my initiative, but after me.
Yep, and I will get the dragon spirit once everyone is settled in.
Right.
Initiative.
Okay. That's an 11 on my end.
An 11. What is your? That's an 11 for the hookworms as well. What is your dexterity?
My dexterity is +1. It's 12.
Okay, so they are going to go. They are going to go before you.
Oh, good.
But it's going to go Haken, then hookworm, then you,
Yep.
then down to the Myiasis, and finally Alexandros, as these parasites, these mutant parasites, spewed out by Grogander,
So
are
nasty.
attacking. So, I thought so too. Yeah, he's going to start by shooting. No, he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to roll to hide. Yep, that's definitely enough.
Dives
Haken is
into the
going to
pile
attack
of gold
with
like Scrooge McDuck.
Yep. Nope, fully legit dives behind the pile of gold, and then he's going to shoot at Mutant Hookworm 1, first at advantage. That's definitely going to hit. We'll do the other 2 strikes as well. It's a hit and a miss. Okay, so that's 2 hits from the boy.
Mm-hmm.
4 plus 4 is 8 damage. 4 plus 4 is 8 damage. 16 total, which is not too shabby against this creature.
Yeah.
Takes it down a good amount. He shoots and fires off, and you see, the hookworm takes 2 into its side and hisses, turns around. It actually kind of moves like, what do they call them? The skull crawlers or something like that from Kong Skull Island.
Yeah, those
They're
things.
the thing, they've got like 2 arms, so it's kind of like moving around, pulling them. It's like belly slides as it goes,
Yep.
but it's got 2 hooks that it like moves shockingly fast with. And then it is going to be their turn. So this one is going to come down. 20 to attack him. Yep, speed is good. The other's going to move. Actually, they have pack tactics, so they will stay exactly where they are. First one coming in at Haken is going to 4 attacks. Hell yeah.
Oh, no.
Bite is going to be a miss. They have a low chance to hit, though.
Okay.
They're like a flurry of nonsense.
Right.
Claws is going to be a hit and a miss, so that's 1 claw, and then on the tail against Haken, that is another miss. So it's only 1 attack that hits against Haken.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be 5 damage against Haken. Now at advantage, all the other hookworms coming at Alexandros. First bite is a miss. First claw is a hit. That's 1 claw.
Mm-hmm.
Second claw is going to miss him just barely, 1 short, and then the tail. That's a crit on the tail.
Silvery barbs.
Okay, I'll re-roll that.
Ha-ha.
That is also gonna miss by 1.
Ha-ha.
So only 1 hit from the first one.
Uh-huh.
He is going to take it. It is luckily max damage, but that's still not that much. He's gonna
Luckily.
take 6 damage from the claw. It's very small damage on the. Like I said, these guys are like a attack a bunch of times. Small
Right.
damage.
Yeah. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Yep, exactly. That's where the pack tactics comes in, right? And then the last one is going to go. It's going to roll its 4 attacks at advantage. That is going to hit on the bite.
Mm-hmm.
That's a crit on the claw.
Fuck! I already used silvery barbs.
Yes, you did. That's a miss on the other claw. That's a miss on the tail. So the bite is going to be just 3. And then we'll roll the crit.
Mm-hmm.
That is 9 on the crit. And he needs to make a wisdom saving throw against the bite or become frightened.
With silvery barbs, I would give him advantage on that, or on his next.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Keep forgetting that's what he does.
He's totally good.
Cool.
He makes it. He is not frightened.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah, these things are coming at him, and he just can't. 2 crits. One would have been, you do your silver flash, one would have been a crit. The other is a crit, because he simply can't guard his right side like he used to.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of whirling around trying to keep them both at bay. But it is your turn now, Triss.
Yes.
And you see, as the silvery barbs happens, he notices you here, and his eyes go wide with surprise.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm just gonna measure range. Oh, I mean, I'm
Twice,
in range,
cut one.
but I want to be in further in range. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to cast Wither and Bloom, centered on. It's 10-foot radius. Let me just pull up a circle. Oh wait, no, that's not. They've changed how it measures, so it makes more sense now. Right, and obviously I'm going to target both hookworms. Each creature of your choice in that area must make a Constitution saving throw. And if they fail, I'm casting this at the 4th level, so they will take 4d6 necrotic damage on a failed save, half as much on a successful.
I rolled a natural 19 on both of them.
Boo! Okay, so it's going to be half of 4d6.
Yes.
Which is... Oh, Jesus. 5, 9, 11, 12. So they each take 6 necrotic damage, but Alexandros can spend 1 unspent... Wait, hold on. Can spend 3 unspent hit dice if he so desires.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He will. Give me a second. He goes all the way up to 75. He's got d8s.
Mm-hmm.
And he adds his Constitution, which is +3.
Yes.
So I think he's probably going to get back up to full here. We'll see. Could be bad rolls. They're great rolls. 12.
Hell yeah.
19 plus 9 is 28.
Mm-hmm.
That puts him... That puts him actually over max. So he's
Hell yeah.
just... Yeah.
Cool.
He just heals up to max.
Great. I didn't declare that I was going to quicken that before I cast it, so I'm not going to say that I did that, which means that's the only leveled spell I could cast. Well, it means it's the only...
This is... I'll allow it. This is the, your first session. So going forward after this one, we'll keep a closer eye. But for now, if you'd like to make that quickened, absolutely, that's fine.
Sure. Then I will cast 2 of my 4 remaining sorcery points. I am really playing fast and loose with these bad boys. And then... as a cantrip, none of these chain. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Another sorceress burst, and this one will be cold damage. So I'm gonna aim that at the one that's closer
and
to
you're
me.
aiming
So that will be
the hookworm that's next to Haken.
Oh,
hookworm 2.
No, you know what? I should get that one off of Haken. You're right. Oh, I will.
Whichever one.
No, you're right. I'm going to fire it off at hookworm number 1 because I want to give Haken a little help on that too. So this is going to be 3d8 cold damage. 2 7s and a 6, but none of them explode. So that's 25 because of my cold affinity. So that's 25 cold damage.
How does your sorcerer's burst kill this thing?
I think it just freezes into a statue, like mid claw attack. That's bonkers, actually.
Now that I did miss, he says. I'm so sorry. And your let me get your dragon out there because it's going to take its turn immediately.
My dragon is going to take its turn immediately afterwards. Yes. Obeys my verbal commands, so I'm just gonna point at the mutant Myiasis and be like, get him. Okay, so it's got...
Yeah.
Hold on. Sorry, so many things.
I'm sure it has plenty of fly speed.
It's got 60 feet of fly speed, so 5, 10, 15, prepare to die. And then, actually, I tried to do this and I'll maneuver. 25, 30. I think I can make that work. Yeah, why not? It's free damage. So, he's going to multi-attack. Makes a number of rend attacks equal to half the spell's level, round down. I cast it at level 5, which is the minimum level. So
that's 2.
2 rend attacks. Bonus equal your spell attack modifier, reach 10 feet. Hit 1d6 plus 4 plus the spell's level piercing damage. Okay, so I'm rolling with a plus 9. And if it hits, it does 1d6 plus 9
It does 9 damage.
Right. 1d6 plus 9, but yes. So first attack.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's only that's a 2 on the die, so that's only an 11 to hit, which I'm assuming misses.
That will miss. Yes.
Okay. Second attack. Very hard to do worse than that. Shouldn't have talked shit. It's another 2. Okay, fine, whatever. Now for its multi-attack, after it fucking fails to do any damage with the rend, it uses its breath weapon, which is a dexterity saving throw. And I'm just going to measure that out because I carefully positioned him to be not catching any of my friends in the crossfire. Which, yes. Yes! Oh, it even overlaps. Wait, 30 feet. Is that right?
30 feet. Okay,
30 feet
it is 30 feet in the air, which means that it should be able to hit Mutant Hookworm 2.
Right, but not Mutant Hookworm 3, which would have been the long shot.
No.
No, I don't think there's any way for me to do that doesn't also get Alexandros, which we're not doing.
Sure,
okay,
yeah.
so...
I mean, you sure? He took it one time.
Knock it off. Okay, so DC spell... okay. Dexterity saving throw. DC... Oh no, my spell save DC is 17.
It's equal to your DC, yeah.
Yes.
17. My Myiasis is going to succeed. The Crawler is going to fail.
Okay. 2d6 damage of a type this spirit has resistance to, your choice when you cast the spell. It's just gonna be cold. It doesn't get the benefit. I just have a brand. Okay. Success, half damage. So
My brand!
Hookworm number 2 is going to take all of this, and the Myiasis is going to take half of it. I have rolled a 7, which is dead average, so that's 7 on Hookworm 2 and 3 on the Myiasis.
3, okay. Cool.
Cool.
Does that end your Dragon Spirit's turn?
Yes, I believe it does.
Okay. What is the reach on your Draconic Spirit?
The Dragon Spirit has reach of 10 feet.
10 feet, gotcha. So the Myiasis is going to fly 10 feet down and be within 20 feet of you and of Hagen.
Uh-oh. Alexandros. Hagen is farther away.
Sorry,
so
Alexandros.
So wait, does the
Alexandros is
Draconic
far away.
Spirit get an attack of opportunity?
It doesn't because it has 10-foot reach. So it didn't leave the threatened area
I
by flying
see.
10 feet down.
Clever.
It is now 20 feet in the air and 20 feet from you, which means it's, of course, 20 feet away.
Right, yeah.
Each creature within 20 feet, it's going to use a luring thrum and beat its wings. Each creature within 20 feet that can hear it must succeed on a con save or be charmed for 1 minute.
Okay. I have advantage on checks made to avoid the charmed condition.
You do, and it's con save, so...
Right, I also roll pretty good. This is still a very mean
but
thing to do.
Doesn't.
Alexandros, Hagen is
Alexandros, I know, I keep saying the wrong one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 25.
25. 25 is more than enough. Let's double check and see if there's anything. He only rolls a 9. You watch as Alexandros. The beating of the wings produces a hypnotic thrum. For a moment, you start to pull away from yourself.
Right.
And then you remember the last time that happened and what occurred, and you snap back to reality, fully in possession of your faculties, even as you see Hagen begin to go... Alexandros begin to go glassy-eyed and distant. Cool. That is his turn. So he is going to go... He's going to go 30 feet up to you.
No.
And he's going to attack.
Yeah, he is.
2 attacks with a longsword. Neither is very good. A 17 and a 6... Well, I guess 17, 16 are fine.
17 does hit, but I'm going to use my reaction to cast Shield.
Okay. A silver shield of light comes up as he, bleary-eyed, strikes both of you. He repeats the save at the end of his turn, ending its effect on a success.
Cool.
You see gritted teeth as he swings at you. It strikes off. That's his whole action, and then he will roll to see if he succeeds. And he does with a natural 18.
Yay!
After the sword strikes off of the shield, you see his eyes refocus, and he looks a little bewildered, a little ashamed, perhaps. And he says, I imagine him as a bit more, since he's a little bit more of a local to the area in a way that you and even Hagen are not. I imagine that he's perhaps got a bit of a Norse to him.
Oh, I like that.
Very light. But he says, Tris, Is it you?
Yes, it's me.
Very good, very good. We're all here. Haken's turn. Actual Haken's turn.
Right.
He's going to shoot, and then he's going to hide. So he's going to do the reverse, so these things don't jump him again. He's going to take the less of a chance to hit in order to have a better chance of not getting killed.
Classic.
So he's just going to unload on Hookworm 2. Jesus Christ.
Is that good?
You've never seen 3 dice rolled simultaneously that were so fucking low.
Oh, no.
I think he's gonna hit once. He's gonna hit once. So
If only I could do inverse silvery
nothing too
barbs.
crazy.
Where I'm like, you're rolling this.
I mean, this is what happens when he doesn't hide, right? Like he doesn't get advantage on the hit. He just rolls straight. So that is 8 damage on Hookworm 2, who is very much still alive. And then he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. Breaking line of sight one more time and hiding. That is a 15, which is... Oh no! They have a passive perception of 15!
Hakon, no!
Boy stays. It's okay. The good news is that actually they have bigger fish to fry.
Yes.
So that's going to end their turn. That's going to end his turn. And since he's partially hidden, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are going to attack. One is going to unload on you,
right?
With advantage because of pack tactics, and the other the same on
cool.
the boy.
Reminder that
Alexandros.
my AC is currently 22 because
your AC is
shield.
really high.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they don't know that. They've got an intelligence of. Oh, look at that, 9. Okay.
Wow. How about that?
Here we go. First bite is a miss. First claw is a miss against you. Second claw is a miss. And that's cocked. Jesus Christ. That is 16. What'd you say? Oh, it's 22, isn't it?
It's 22, yes.
Yep, all misses.
Cool.
Got close there, but not quite. Okay. Then against Alexandros, who does have an AC of 18, like it's not too shabby. Okay, the bite will hit him. Just a regular hit, no extra. First claw is a big miss, 2 natural ones. Second claw is a hit. And tail is a hit, so he's got 3 hits coming on.
I'm gonna silvery barbs that last one and give myself advantage on the next thing because it's my turn next.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the tail is the biggest damage by far, so that makes sense.
Oh, good. I just wasn't sure.
It is the bite, which is going to be. Yeah, he has to save against being afraid from the bite, but it's smaller damage.
Right.
It's only 4 on the bite. Also, you healed him all the way up.
Yes.
And then the a claw. Right, you made the tail.
The tail went away.
Did I re-roll for the? You did silvery barbs. I didn't re-roll for it.
Right, you're right. I did silvery barbs on the tail. I don't think we got guaranteed that it misses.
My mistake. So let me roll straight. It's a natural 6, so it's going to miss. So then we'll do the 1 claw. It was 3 hits. Max damage on the claw, 6. It's like only 6 damage. He's still really good.
Right.
He's gonna make his whiz save, which he does. He's not particularly high wisdom, but it's not a particularly high DC.
Right.
And that is going to end their turns and bring us back to you. Yes.
Cool.
They're not that scary.
Right.
They're scary. Come on. Come on.
It's so scary. Okay. Great. Right. All right, there's 2 bad guys in front of me. But there's also a person I don't want to harm right in the middle of him, which kind of limits my AoE attacks, which is fine, because I can simply do Chromatic Orb at the 4th level, because this can chain if I roll the same number on 2 of the d8s, and I roll 6 of them. So the odds are pretty good. So I'm just gonna cast that.
I'd say it's basically guaranteed.
Pretty guaranteed. Okay, so it is going to be doing 6d8 cold damage. Make a range.
Okay, is it an attack roll or range spell attack will be disadvantaged, but at advantage because you gave yourself silvery barbs.
Right, so it neutralizes.
Yeah, unless you want to dash away, because you did learn that their to hit is not very high. Your shield is gone, but you could always jump away.
That is true, actually. I haven't taken a hit so far.
Could you have silvery barbed actually? Because you cast shield, didn't you?
Oh my gosh! Wait. Shoot, you're right. Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
I'll
that's
give
fine.
myself...
So no advantage for you.
Yes, I'll give myself back one of those first level
Give
spell
yourself
slots.
that spell slot, and I will go ahead and roll the tail damage on him. It's an additional 5 damage.
Sorry, Alex.
Additional 5. He's still sitting at 60 hit points. He's okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
I mean, he's only got one arm, and that's your fault. But other than that, he's okay.
Other than that, he's fine.
Okay. That's fine. You have your reaction back.
Yes.
Yeah, you have disadvantage on a ranged spell attack against these
Right,
guys.
so
Their
for
AC is
that-
pretty low. You could also eat.
For that, I could just eat 2 attacks of opportunity by backing up slightly.
Yep.
Which, yeah, that's fine. I don't want to waste my big attack action, the action I'm burning a spell slot on. So I will take my 2 hits at AC 17.
Okay. Tail is a hit at a 20.
Mm-hmm.
And the other tail is a miss.
Okay.
So that is 7 points of piercing damage. They stab with the tail.
Ouch. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Cool.
I wasn't holding concentration on anything, so that's fine. And now the chromatic orb.
You're concentrating on Draconic Spirit, are you not?
Oh no, I am. You're right. Okay, let me just roll that concentration check.
But it's a DC 10, and I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure you actually can't fail these if they're DC 10, so it might not even be worth wasting time to roll in the future.
Well, I did roll a 2, but that is still an 11. So.
It's still an 11. Yep, exactly.
Okay, now the chromatic orb, ranged spell attack. So no advantage, but also no disadvantage. And this is with a +9. This is gonna be so annoying if it misses. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
If you can hit a 3, it'll hit.
Right. Well, it's a 12 on the die, so that's a 21.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And now this is going to be 6d8 plus 5 because of my elemental affinity. Okay, I have rolled. I've rolled a 1 on 2 of the dice, which means it is going to bounce. And I also rolled an 8, but I don't think this one explodes on a d8. So there's no real benefit for that. Okay, so that's 10, 18.
Well, it's the most damage, so.
Yes, 21, 22, 23 damage on the one on the left, which is hookworm number 3.
23?
23.
Okay, it's really freaking low.
Yes, I thought it might be. And then, because it jumps, I'm going to have it jump to the hookworm number 2. I make a new attack roll against the target, and then a new damage roll. And theoretically, the orb could leap again because I cast this at level 4. Okay, that is another 12 on the die, so that's another 21 to hit. So that's another 68 damage.
Okay.
And the orb can leap a maximum number of times equal to the level of the slot expended. But a creature can be targeted only once by each casting of the spell. So I can't have it bounce between the 2 of them, but I can have it jump to the Myisis after this one. If I rolled the same number on 2. I did! I rolled 2 1s and 2 8s. This is great. This is like Go Fish. Okay. 2, 5, 7.
That's very funny.
15. Another 23. Wait, is that right? 8, 16,
that ices this worm.
19, 20. Yep, 23 again. Cool. And then it's gonna bounce to the mutant Myisis that's fighting the dragon spirit. So I'm gonna roll another.
All right, this guy's
attack.
a little harder to hit.
Right. But I've rolled significantly better. That's a 17 on the die, so 26 to hit. This thing rules.
Hell yeah.
Why am I not using this all the time? Okay.
Yeah, this slaps.
Theoretically, I could have this bounce again, but there's nothing else within 30 feet, so that's fine.
There's nothing else to hit. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 8, 11, 17, 21, 25, 30. I forgot. All of these should be at +5 because it's cold damage. So this is 35 on the Myisis.
I'll make the note for the one
and
that's
I
still
think
alive.
it would have been 28 on the hookworm number 3. So if he has less than 5 hit points left, he's down.
He had 7 left, which means he's down to 2.
So close. But yes, and then that is 35 on mutant Myisis. And then it's my Draconic
which is a
Spirit's
titanic fucking hit.
Yeah.
And then it's your spirit's turn. Yeah, go for
This
it.
thing rules.
Yeah,
I should be
ice.
yeeting these things all the time.
Shoots between and strikes the Myisis. Camera pans as the Myisis takes a frosty hit, and then it's Draconic Spirit's turn now that it's in frame.
Man,
go ahead and strike.
This is great. It's like a volleyball of death. Okay, so the Draconic Spirit stats. Right. Okay. So it's going to do its multi-attack again. So that's the rend attack, which is again +9. Hopefully I do not roll 2 2s in a row again, but anything is possible. I shouldn't have talked shit. It's a 3. So that's a 12 to hit. We're moving in the right direction. All right. Last fucking chance on this die before I swap it out for something else. Much better. 12. So 21 to hit.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so that's going to be 1d6 plus 9 piercing damage. So it's not much, but it'll have to do. That's a 4, so 13 piercing damage.
13. This thing's pretty damaged. That's at like a third of its hit points.
Cool. And then it's going to breath weapon, which is a dex saving throw. But then it's going to be only 2d6 of cold damage on a failure.
That is going to save. Okay,
well, it's going to be half of this on a success, and it has rolled a 10, so that is 5 cold damage.
5, doing great. Okay, that's going to bring us to the Myiasis's turn. Try saying that 5 times fast. Myiasis's. I had to really look up how to pronounce that. It's going to eat the attack of opportunity.
So it's going to... let me just roll that real quick. It's another 3. That was even on a different die. This dragon spirit's not pulling his fucking weight.
It's going to fly down into melee, but it's not going to melee attack. Although, actually, its melee attack is pretty fucking rad. It is going to use crystal spores. It will exude a 15-foot cloud of toxic spores. Each creature in the area, other than the hookworm, obviously, must make a con save or become poisoned.
Right. Let me just check a couple things.
All right. Constitution saving throw. Alexandros is going to fail.
Okay. Well, I just checked, and I'm not immune to poison on this build, but that's okay. That's okay.
You're thinking of every other character.
I'm thinking of every other character I've ever played. Yes.
You're thinking of monks and paladins.
Yeah. Hey, boss. Does a 25 save?
Yes, it does. All right. You are not poisoned, but you see that Alexandros begins to cough and sputter, trying to get his arm up, his good arm up over his mouth.
Yep.
And he is going to take 2d10 poison damage at the start of each of his turns.
Woof.
And also, of course, he's poisoned, which means he's going to have disadvantage on stuff. So he's going to take 2d10 right now, because it's the start of his turn. Only 11 damage.
That's dead average on 2d10. What are you complaining about?
Then he'll attack against the hookworm. He makes 2 attacks at disadvantage. I think that's actually still going to hit.
Haha.
Yeah. And I think his minimum damage is going to kill it. Yeah.
Yay.
He gets plus 4 damage. That's going to ice I love saying that now, the hookworm, and then he's going to turn on the Myiasis and roll at disadvantage. This disadvantage is 14 is going to miss. But this Myiasis is not long for this world.
Right.
Haken, you see, though, he's kind of stumbling, coughing, trying to keep his feet underneath him. He gets to roll again to save against it. Even worse.
No.
Okay. Haken is going to hide on his turn. That's a 15, which will beat the Myiasis's passive. He rolls 3 attacks. Hit. Miss. Miss. So he's going to hit once. 9 damage on the Myiasis.
Nice.
Hookworms are all down, and that brings us to you. You see this thing, arrows, ice in it, the wings still beating, wicked razor claws. If it gets another go, it's coming at you. Triss, you got 1 turn to take this thing down. Can you do it?
Question is, at what cost? Right. So we are going to, let's see. Sorry, I'm just checking my options. Just looking at my options.
I mean, that's kind of the fun thing about a sorcerer. Can you kill anything instantly?
Pretty
Almost
much,
definitely.
yes.
What's the price?
Yes. Do I want to deal? Hold on. What is it again?
Have you asked of yourself what's the price you might pay? The colors of the world are changing day by day.
Right. Do I want to do minimum 50 damage? No, because I don't think this thing has 50 hit points.
It does not have 50 hit points left now.
Yes, that would be excessive.
If you did what you did to it before, it would die.
Right. So we are going to... yeah, we're gonna 3rd level lightning bolt, which is gonna be 8d6 damage with a dex save of 17. There's no to hit roll.
18.
Silvery barbs.
4. I mean, plus stuff, but that's gonna fail.
I love it when that works.
Yeah, it had magical resistance this whole time, so it was pretty good at avoiding all those.
Right. Oh, let me just actually spend my silvery barbs so I don't get too cocky. I said 3rd level lightning bolt. Okay, so 8d6. Not great. In fact, it's so not great that I'm going to burn one of my 2 remaining sorcerer points to empower it so I can re-roll these 4 ones I just rolled.
That's tight. That's
yes.
tough. Tight. That's the opposite of tight. It's
well,
tough.
The re-roll is going to be hopefully tight. Yes. Apply.
Hopefully tight.
Hey, okay. Yes, that is better. Slightly. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 22, 26 lightning damage.
Finish it.
Yay! This one isn't transmuted, so I think truly, like, because it got in close with her, she just, like, opens her hand under where its face is and just blasts a lightning bolt up into the ceiling of the cavern.
Just like in the episode at the end of season 1 of Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, when Iron Man is fighting, oh my god, what's his name? He's a big, like, monster, as guardian monster troll
no,
thing.
I remember exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, and he just does a little open palm.
He holds out his hand, boom, shoots up, and
God,
strikes right through. It's gonna kill me. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not Thrime. He's such
he's such like an he's not a frost giant. He's a weird other thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You smoke the Myisis, which falls to the ground, literally smoking, and combat drops. You see that Alexandros goes and, like, kind of looks confused for a moment, and then sheathes his sword and uses his now free hand to push hair up out of his face. Have we gotten a description of Alexandros? I don't think we have.
No, Alexandros is he's kind of the, like, archetypical, like, farm boy turned fighter type. So he's got sort of like short-ish, like, blonde hair. I think kind of like sandy, like maybe pale green eyes. Fairly, like, obviously solidly built because he is a fighter, and before that he was doing a lot of just, like, work. I think I'm trying really hard not to just make him Laios from Dungeon Meshi again, but, like, unfortunately that does keep, like, rising unbidden in my thoughts every time I try to describe this guy. But, like, that, you know, from the same mold as that guy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You see, he looks around, he says, "We got word something was coming. I came to check, make sure that everything was secure here. And then that thing," he looks up past the staircase, "broke through. Gods, I don't know what I would have done against that, but then it opened its mouth, it spewed, it vomited." And you see he kind of kicks the hookworm. And Haken comes over, he goes, "Well, big ugly creature has big ugly parasites. Who here's surprised?" "Where were you?"
"Here, and out, trying to stop things like this from happening. Look, I don't have time for this. They're going after grandmother."
"Aye, yes. Lead."
Yeah, I'm aiming for the dragon spirit, and my plan is to fly up through the hole.
Yeah, you go, the dragon spirit clutches you, and you go up, flying through the hole, spiraling. You hear the shaking, stones still falling. You see that piles of treasure have shifted and fallen down. That, you know, paintings on the wall have come down, and that doors are shaken from hinges. Cracks run along ice everywhere you look. You spiral up until you come into the grand chamber that was the throne room. And you see that there is blown up stone all over the place here. Whatever this thing was emerged into this room. And you look and you see that by where the throne used to be, grandmother has no use for a throne, but she does love her piles of, what do you think is it just gems and gold that is most precious to her? What is most precious to grandmother as treasure?
I think that there is some gems and gold just because they're the most comfy. But I also think that there's some interesting statues, like, around the edges, and, like, maybe like a piano somewhere in there, kind of at a weird angle. And it's sort of just like anything that she really like that brings her joy kind of has like a little corner in the room. Very like
Sure, yeah.
the sort of cluttercore
recounted it.
Howl's Moving Castle like bedroom kind of thing where she's like truly just stuff that's all very shiny and all very pretty.
You come up and you see that she is shockingly not in her silver dragon form, but in her drow form. And she is sitting on the floor, somewhat shaken, in the middle of all of this pile of treasure. And you see that she's leaned over. She has her arms wrapped around two somethings rather. Here's my question for Red about Triss. Did Triss know that grandmother had a clutch of eggs?
Oh no, I don't think she did. I think this is news, and yeah, no, I think this is a sudden and shocking revelation.
You come through here, the dragon spirit deposits you, and you walk through and you see that, yeah, holding 2 eggs shining as platinum, you see grandmother gripping them, her elf form, looking fragile in a way you've never seen before. And as she's shaking, she looks at you with bewilderment and sort of a cornered animalness that you... As a dragon, there's an interesting dichotomy to her. Mm-hmm. She is both highly intelligent, perhaps more intelligent than any person you've ever met. She's been alive longer than any person you've ever met and has much more lived experience. She is very intelligent and wise. And also, she's an instinctual animal in a way no humanoid is. And so, as you see her here, you see that kind of cornered, feral animal side more in control than you ever have before. And you see, she says, "That beast, it stole one. Stole from the clutch." And you see she pulls the 2 eggs tighter to herself, and looks at you. "Its tongue's like tentacles. It took one, swallowed it. Please." She reaches out to you and pulls you in a manner that is far rougher than anything you've ever experienced from grandmother before. And she gets you really close to her face and she says, "Please, get it back. Bring it back." You hear the footsteps of Haken and Alexandros on the stone behind you as they enter into the room. And you feel the shuddering of Grogander as it is leaving the vicinity. The tremor of it being underneath the castle is starting to lessen as it begins to leave.
"Don't worry, grandmother. You can leave this all to me." And I'm gonna climb on the dragon spirit, take one look back at 2 out of 3 of my party members, and then I'm going to fly after the Grogander as fast as I can. Well, as fast as the dragon spirit can.
Yeah. You turn and you look, and make an insight check for me.
Sure. So good at these on this build. An 11.
An 11, you look back, and you see Haken looks at you, and, okay, on 11, how do I adjudicate what you see in their faces?
I am technically proficient in this. I just rolled 5, so, you know.
It's fair enough. It happens.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to give a moment of interaction here, and you can choose to leave directly after, but I'll say that Alexandros looks at you and just kind of has a stony face about him. Impossible to read on just your an 11.
Yep.
Haken says, "Wait, take me with you. You'll need me."
"I'm trusting you to keep this place safe while I'm gone, Haken. And don't take that lightly."
"I don't believe you. Go."
Yeah. No, he's right. That was, how do I soften this blow and make him not do anything stupid? And I'm sure my passive deception of, well, +5, so 15. Whatever. He knows me. Yeah, I'm just gonna climb on the dragon spirit and fucking book it.
All right. Up, out, into the frigid air. Storm is starting to brew. Presumably a byproduct of the emotional state of grandmother.
Yep.
Snow starting to swirl out, whipping, swirling all around you. You cast your eyes around, and the cold doesn't bother you. The stinging in the eyes still is difficult, but you catch a glimpse of the furrow of the burrowing serpent.
Yeah.
As it is moving under the ground, kicking up stone and ice. You see it descending down the mountain. You feel the wings of your spear dragon fold as you begin to sail down blindingly fast, the wind pushing tears from your eyes.
Yeah.
You come in hovering above it. Do you have anything you'd like to do? It's currently under the ground and without provoking is probably just going to keep moving.
Yes.
What would you like to do?
Okay, yeah, if it requires provocation, then I think I am going to attempt to oblige it. Which I'm starting to run low on spell slots. That's okay. That's fine. Yeah, this is a lot.
No spell slots and no one with you?
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Everything is fine. This is exactly how I wanted this to play out because now my friends aren't in danger. Yeah, I think.
And how many hit points do you have left?
I have 59 because I did not get hit very much in that last fight. So I'm a little over half.
Yeah, I was gonna say you weren't really bothered by the wararms.
No, someone kept threatening my friends instead of me because it was more emotionally damaging.
You were also much further away.
I was, yes. I learned my lesson from our danger room session 0. Yeah, okay. The thing I can do for free with the dragon's
You
bag.
love calling something session 0.
I do. I'm gonna call everything session 0 from
now on. You have an
on.
obsession.
It's all session 0 until I actually join the party, okay? The thing I can do for free right now
that was a danger room. Okay, go on.
Yeah, is have the dragon spirit use its breath weapon, which isn't much, but it could potentially like feel that. If I don't think it's crazy far deep underground, I could potentially see the breath weapon at least like provoking it.
Yeah, go ahead and make me. I'm sorry. Actually, I believe that I have to.
Yes, the dragon's breath. It's just a cone. It's not. It's a dexterity saving throw.
Yes, I will make a dex save. I'm going to give it +5 on this dex save because of 3/4 cover.
Right.
And I'd like you to make me an intimidation check.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. Intimidation. I'm not proficient in this, but it is raw charisma, so I get a +5. Okay, that's 18. And should I roll damage on the breath weapon?
You should. It rolled a 24 because of the cover.
Okay. So it's only taking half of this.
Yep.
Wait, is this right? Wait. Where did I get 3d6 from? We're fine. It's 2d6. Okay, that is 8, so it only takes 4 cold damage. Oh my god, it's huge.
All right, yep. Go ahead, drop yourself in your draconic spirit right above it.
Yeah. So like on top of it, or. Okay.
Yeah, you can if you want to be like right in front of or right behind it. Either is as long as you're close enough to it.
That would have been able to do the 30-foot cone.
Sure. Yeah. Fair enough. The ice and you rolled a what on intimidation?
Oh geez. 18 because it was 13 on the die.
18. Oh yeah, plenty high enough against. I basically had like a passive will save for this creature to see if it could resist being provoked, and it can't. You strike with the dragon breathes, and there is a pause and then an eruption of stone as this truly massive serpent comes out, boom, out of the ground. You see that it is. In some ways, it is very serpent-like. It has, 2 slitted eyes, gaping mouth with long fangs. twisting, writhing body covered in scales. In other ways, it is very strange. It appears to have some sort of like slick shininess about it, and many spines rolling down its body. You also notice that. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Yes. I did notice that grandmother said it had a tentacle-like stuff going on, so I think I'm a little bit on edge. It's only a 9! I'm so unperceptive.
On a 9, it is enough to notice that the tongue would... So, distracted as you are, you notice nothing else, but you do see that the tongues are black. There were 3 of them, black and whip-like, and there is no mistaking them. They look identical to the elder brain tongue.
I friggin' knew it. I knew
Sorry,
it.
tentacles, to the elder brain tentacles.
I was so correct. Hey, Gun's gonna feel so dumb later. Okay. Let's see what we can do.
All right. You see, yeah, it extends, and we're going to, that was what I call surprise. We're going to roll initiative.
Yay.
You versus Grogander.
Yeah,
Let's get
okay.
the little name tag because it fucking looks rad as hell. The name tag is so... I rolled a natural 1 on initiative. The name tag is so tiny compared to how big Grogander is.
Yep. Well, I have rolled a 12 on initiative.
Okay, so you're going first.
I am going first, and so is the dragon spirit. Although given the save this thing makes, I'm not entirely sure how useful that is going to be. Okay.
Well, it's no longer got cover, right? So
Right.
that +5 came from the cover. It's fucking huge. It's not dexterous at all.
Right. Okay, well, the really big problem has just made itself known to me. So I think the only reasonable thing to do would be to just pull out the biggest gun I have. Because it is a dexterity saving throw if I cast Disintegrate.
Okay, go for it.
And if I aim for the face, presumably whatever tum-tum it has, where grandmother's egg is hopefully still, will not be affected. So a creature targeted by the spell makes a dexterity saving throw. DC 17. Actually, sorry, as a bonus action, I'm going to do my sorceress whatever the fuck, and then it's going to make that save an 18, actually, because I get...
How many of those do you get a day?
2. I get 2.
Okay.
So this is my second one.
You bring forth your sorceress ability one more time,
My sorcery.
that is a 3 on the dice.
Yes! Okay. Cool.
It fails.
So let me just...
Gonna take a fucking shit ton of damage.
This is going to be 10d6 plus 40. Okay, and I do have 1 sorcery point left, in case I need to empower this, in case I roll like shit.
You're adding +40. Why could you possibly need to?
Hey,
make
there's
the
like
damage any higher?
there's 2. There are 2 1s and 3 2s in this roll, and no 6s. I mean, what the fuck else am I going to use them for this session?
Okay,
Yes,
fair enough. Go for it.
I will empower this one. So my final sorcery point. Everything I have into this last attack. Ha! Okay, 1, 2, and then I'll re-roll these 2s as well. Yes, okay, so I'm re-rolling half of these dice. Better. That's really way better. Okay, so it's going to be all of this plus 40. I'm just doing the addition here. So 4, 8, 14, 18, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 41, plus 40. 81 force damage.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. You tear through this, aiming at the head.
Yep.
There is a tremor felt in the air, not heard, but you feel your eardrums go with the sheer magical force of this, and it cuts through a huge chunk of this creature's head. You see part of face and skull are fully taken off. Like there is just a hole punched through them and dust falls. It shrieks, the tongues whip about, and you see a couple of things. The first thing you see is its brain, now exposed, pulsing and shifting inside of its skull. The second thing you see are the many sutures that have been used to close up this creature's skull again. And the third thing is a long metal I'm going to steal a critical roll thing here. Trammel, a long metal rod, tapered, that is rammed up through the back of its throat into its skull and brain.
Huh.
Almost like a lightning rod.
So friggin' weird. That's so nasty. Why is it like that?
Okay. That is an excellent action, bonus action. Does that bring us to your dragon?
Yeah, my dragon's gonna use his breath weapon. I guess,
Okay.
May as well.
Dex save. Fail.
Okay, it's gonna be 2d6. Wait. Oh, wait, geez, sorry. Summon Dragon is its own thing. I also have a spell called Dragon's Breath, and my brain keeps getting confused. We're still fine. It's just one of them gives me benefits for upcasting. I was like, every level above 2? You can't summon a dragon at level 2. What the fuck? Okay, so it's gonna be 2d6 cold damage. That is 9. So, yeah, every bit helps. That's a total of 90 damage now over the course of this initiative count.
Yeah. 9. And then does it attack?
Yeah.
Right? The dragon does 2 attacks, or am I wrong about that?
No. The dragon does, yes, the dragon does multi-attack, which, it's basically the question of, do I want to maintain my distance? But the thing is, the dragon has range of 10, so it can hit from here anyway. So it's fine. Yeah, the dragon will try to attack, and maybe roll better than a 3 this time. It's a 4! I can't make this shit up! Okay, so that's a 13 to hit.
Fail.
Yeah, okay, I figured. Okay, last try, baby.
It's not even the fucking hardest thing to hit. It's just 13's bad.
Yeah, it's a 3 again, so that's a 12. This dragon spirit,
geez,
I swear to God.
This dragon, it does not know how to use its claws. Snap. All
right.
right.
It was only just born, so, to be fair.
Does that end Dragon Spirit's turn?
That does end the dragon spirit's turn, and I'm just surveying my remaining spell slots and how few of them I have. It's fine. I made this bed and now I lie in it.
Okay. Here we go. It's going to attack 3 times, 1 with each tongue.
Uh-huh.
First one against you, Triss.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 27 to hit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one's gonna hit.
Okay, cool. Cool. Just want to check, just make sure. 10, 11, plus 5, 16 acid damage, and you are grappled.
Okay, 16 acid damage. Hang on. I'm going to
absorb elements on that.
I'm gonna. Oh wait, I am completely out of first level spell slots. I would have to upcast it to second level, which would reduce the damage by more. So I will do that. I do not want to take 16 acid damage if I can help it. So the way this works is I now have resistance to this kind of damage type, and do I just reduce it by 2d6, I think? It's not entirely clear. Well, okay, it's only 6, so that's 10 acid damage and I'm grappled. But now I'm resistant to acid.
Until the start of your next turn, yes.
Until the start of my next turn, yes.
Now it's going to bite, it's going to tongue the dragon.
Gross.
Dragon's going to get a tonguing. 23 to hit.
Yes, that ought to hit the dragon as well. Let me just make super sure of that.
Oh, by the way, actually, concentration check.
You're right, concentration check. I think that's
although it's DC 10 again,
it's still
so
DC
you're
10. I'll still roll it.
Yeah, we're good.
This die can roll good, just never when it's rolling for the summoned dragon. Anyway, it's fine. It's AC
15 acid damage, and the dragon is grappled.
Okay, so now the dragon has 35 hit points. I'll make a note of that.
And then it is going to replace any number of those attacks with the use of swallow. It is going to swallow. We're going to roll here.
Oh boy!
Evens are you. Odds are the dragons. That's a 3. That's an odd. A huge or smaller, which it is, swallows them. A swallowed creature is no longer grappled, but they are blinded and restrained, have total cover against attacks, and will take acid damage at the start of each of the worm's turns.
Okay.
If the worm is dealt enough damage from the inside, it will regurgitate.
Cool.
You see your spectral dragon the tongue rolls up, the tentacle rolls up and swallows the dragon, and you are left completely outside by yourself.
Horrifying.
Start of each of the creature's turns. Each of the snake's turns, yeah. All right, that ends its turn, and oh no, it'll bonus action, tongue sweep, violently swing you back and forth.
Okay.
There's no save on this. You will just take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I'm just getting yoked. Just getting ragdolled.
Yep. As it just wham, 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 like starts snapping you back and forth, and you feel that your neck snapping from the whiplash.
Ouch.
Okay. Yeah. That's your turn.
That's its turn.
That's its turn. As in it's your turn now.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Let me just check something super quick. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Oh, baby. It did swallow the egg. All right, I'll deal with that shit later. You said that it had a big spike in its brain that looked like a lightning rod?
Yeah, it's sort of lightning roddy.
Okay. That would be my last Hail Mary. Yeah, I mean, it does feel like the right thing to do. I'm pretty determined. Yeah, okay. 4th level lightning bolt. Aiming for the spike in its brain.
Oh, I forgot about legendary resistances. All right, yeah, go on.
Hey!
Could have saved against that. Disintegrate. It's okay. That's on me.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So no attack roll. It just makes a dex save or uses a legendary resistance like a big old cheater.
All right. I'm going to roll a disadvantage because you're targeting the big piece of metal.
Yay.
All right. Yeah, definitively a fail.
Okay. This is 9d6 lightning damage.
All right. He's going to use slowed, not stopped. When the snake fails a saving throw, they can choose to succeed instead. When they do, their speed and the reach of their tongue attack are each reduced by a cumulative 10 feet until they finish a long rest.
Okay, so it's going to be taking half of this damage?
Yes.
Yep, I don't have any juice left to empower this, but this is a decent roll anyway, so 31 halved to 15.
Pretty good.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately.
All right.
I had and that is the dragon's turn.
Dragon's turn. Yeah, go ahead. Dex save on the breath.
Yes, sorry,
That's
hold on.
actually a natural 20.
Holy shit. Doesn't it need to make it like a check or like take acid damage at the beginning of its turn? Because it might just despawn.
At the beginning of the snake's turn.
Okay, never mind.
At the beginning of the snake's turn.
Then yes, it's going to do potentially 2d6 halved because it made that dex save. That's max. That's no, that's not quite max. It's 11, so it halves to 5, which is still pretty good. And then it is going to try and attack, rend twice.
Yep, rend twice from the inside. Attack with disadvantage because it is restrained.
Right. It's not an advantage just because it is, inside it. It's just fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so it's going to be this plus 9. Well, one of them was a 14, but the other one was a 3. So that's going to miss on the first one. And for the second one, oh my god, one of them is a natural 20, the other one's a 3! I'm never summoning this guy again. He's really failing to perform.
All right.
Well, good night, sweet prince. I have, what's my total thing that I have left? Yes, 2 second-level spell slots.
All right. He takes 28 points of acid damage at the beginning of the snake's turn.
He is technically still up. He has 7 hit points left.
Okay. And then the snake is going to turn and burrow, grappling you.
Uh-huh.
It begins to burrow through the ground.
Oh,
you are
boy.
smacked against rocks.
Uh-huh.
And in fact, let's use a bonus action just to deal a little damage to you while we're at it.
Yeah, why not? Literally.
Yep, 10 more bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then
Uh-huh.
you feel a tremor. It is going to use its action to plane burrow.
Ah.
And as it breaks through the rock, you feel a shimmer, a tremble. Everything around you shakes. That moist, film that's around it, that slime coating thickens.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a moment where you're enveloped in it too, and you feel like you're being pushed through a hole far tinier than you could fit in, and you squeeze out. As you do, even though you were heading down into the mountain, there is an eruption. Stone goes flying around, and you are snapped out into frigid air. You look around. feel the sudden hit of this chilled air. Of course, you're used to that,
Yes.
and even though your breath hangs in a fine mist in the air, you don't shiver. However, what you are not used to are the mountains.
Ooh.
Your entire life you've lived in grandmother's, and it was impressive, and yet now, as your eyes adjust to the brilliant sun that hangs perfectly overhead, shining, reflecting off all this snow, you see peaks that are higher than any you'd ever seen in your life, stretching far, far away to the horizon in one direction. As you are flipped around and given a view, you see stretching south from you these slopes that descend into a massive boreal forest of towering pines, and beyond that, green. Dazzling, verdant green, unlike anything you've ever seen in your life. Triss, welcome to Kragala. Welcome to the Beastlands.
Woo! What could possibly go wrong?
Its
Damn.
turn ends. That was its action, its bonus action.
Uh-huh.
It is the start of your turn.
Right.
Do you have anything that's going to be able to get you free?
Yes.
You can deal damage to the tongues to potentially destroy them, but if there's anything else you'd like to try.
Right. So the thing that the thing I was keeping in reserve that I decided to sacrifice for a lightning bolt was a 4th level spell slot that I could have used to dimension door out of it if it swallowed me. But because it didn't do that,
Okay.
I only need 2nd level to Misty Step 30 feet, which will get me out of the grapple, but I will not be in. I probably won't be in any state to chase this thing down immediately, which is why I was reluctant to, but I truly do not have any other options. And I just checked, so, there's a sorceress ability, which I haven't used at all, which is the ability to convert a spell slot into a number of sorcery points equal to the level of the spell.
Sorcery points equal to the spell.
Right, but the conversion doesn't go equivalently the other way. So while I could burn
No,
both
it's more
of my...
expensive.
It is. So I could burn both my remaining 2nd level spell slots to get 4 sorcery points, but I couldn't use them to get a 4th level spell slot. I would need 6, which means if it does swallow me, I'm straight up fucked. So I think Trystine is going to, accept that she cannot take this thing down in one round. I mean, I don't know, DM, does it look like it's below half?
You did... No, but you did a damned good job with that disintegrate. That shit rocked.
Thanks. I mean, the Discord's already calling me Vegeta, and I did just bust out my most powerful attack and get surprised when it didn't work. So, no, I think what I am going to do is I'm going to Misty Step out of the grapple, teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see, and just get myself out, crash to the ground, I would assume, because I figure we're doing Nightcrawler rules where momentum sort of carries.
Red, I am so mad that you literally stole my Nightcrawler reference about how the momentum technically carries through his teleports, which is why when he's falling he can't just teleport to the ground because of the law of conservation of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Anyway, you know what? Actually, I'm going to give you an inspiration for beating me to that reference.
Whoa, thanks. I'll just add that.
Don't do it again, though.
Of course, yeah.
No,
Right.
just kidding. What does your Misty Step look like?
I think it. That's a good question. I think it kind of just looks like literally a curl of silvery mist just kind of swoops up really quick, kind of circles around her, sort of like Magical Girl transformation style, and then snaps into nothingness as the space that it was filled no longer has anything in it. And then I just sort of bamf out of a little silvery cloud 30 feet away and just immediately fall.
You, as you're whipped around, disappear in this silvery mist and reappear on the ground, crashing through about 10 feet in the air, unfamiliar to you, falling to the ground as you crash through some branches of these pine trees.
Yeah,
you
this
feel them
sucks.
scratching at you. No falling damage, but because you go through branches and you hit snow, but
pride.
the full force of it, poof, as you hit, and then you hear a shriek from the snake Grogander, and it begins to tunnel away. Snow falls out of the trees onto you, hitting your head, and finally, after 20-30 seconds, the tremors die down. You're able to pick yourself up, push off the broken branches, and wiping the snow from your eyes. you see, everything I described to you, this massive expanse of wilderness. Mountains taller than anything you've ever seen, massive trees, just a lush green expanse to the south that looks far more tropical than anything that should be this close to snowy, frigid peaks.
Yeah.
Tris, before we end this adventure, is there any final thing you'd like to do?
I think as a courtesy, like, look back the hole we came through. There is no portal back to the material plane, I'm sure. But she would check.
You stumble back through the short 50 feet of stone. And as you get to the end, you see that there is a layer of, like, mucus and slime. And putting your hand in, hoping it's some sort of membrane, you reach through and touch solid rock.
Yeah.
As if you emerged from that. The portal was only temporary for the rounds that this creature used it to burrow back to the Beastlands.
Yeah. Okay. I think there's like a moment where sort of the enormity of the situation very briefly threatens to like process of like, oh, I'm not just far from home. This cannot possibly be the same, like, realm that I am from. But then it's like, but it came back here. And it is for sure some fucked up mind flayer conspiracy thing, because that part didn't take a genius to put together. So maybe I'm actually exactly where I want to be, if this is where the danger is. Of course, the danger to the hometown to grandmother. And I did promise to get back the egg, and I didn't. So I think there's the moment where it's like, oh shit, I can't go home. And then she kind of just turns and sees the I think until it burrows down, the fairly obvious trail of the worm's passage, and is like, all right, I suppose it's time to start hunting.
Yeah!
Puts on sunglasses because it's bright as all fuck out here.
It is super bright. You have never been somewhat, like, the sun has never beat down. It's warm even though you're in the cold air. You feel the heat of the sun.
I thought I was so used to it, and I was wrong.
You hadn't seen nothing yet. As you begin to make your way skidding down after the trail, skittering snow as you go, beaten, bruised, but determined. Tris, that is where we're going to go ahead and end this session.
Yes! Oh,
and we
so
will
cool.
pick up next week with everyone back.
Yay!
As we attempt to track down and defeat Grogander.
Oh, this is going to slap. I'm so excited.
All right. Thank you all for joining. We'll see you next week for the big reunion.
Woo!
The big fireworks spectacular. I hope none of you miss it. And we're all very excited, so we're going to catch you then.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Hunting Party, a Rolling with Difficulty adventure. We'll be back next week with another walk on the wild side, but until then you can find us on socials or on the Rolling with Difficulty Discord server. If you enjoyed the show, please leave a like, rate, and review us on your preferred podcast platform, and if you really enjoyed the show, consider becoming a patron for even more exclusive content created by the cast and monthly live patron hangouts with the cast over on Discord. All that and more can be found linked in the show notes below. Got all that? Good. The quarry is yours. Happy hunting.